Good evening and welcome to historic Goodrich Field in Anoka. Keeping our fingers crossed that it stays dry and lightning free. And a great old school rivalry tonight. The Osseo Orioles visit the Anoka Tornadoes. Osseo 2-1 out of the gate. The Tornadoes 0-3. Steve Thompson, Pete Hayes. And we're going to get started a little early tonight. Once again, we'll keep our fingers crossed on the weather.
Yeah, that's for sure. It was raining beforehand, but we have these nice artificial turf fields, Steve, and that really helps out. You know, old-time football here would be a mud pit by right now, but it's looking good down there tonight.
That's going to make it easy to do the laundry following the game, that's for sure. The Orioles 2-1 to kick it off, and their kickoff man is Bryce Hoff, and he has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Two players back deep for the Tornadoes, Harris and Boyce, and it is going to be taken at the 10-yard line. Tornadoes, good return, 30 and more, and still on his feet, churning forward over the 40 to the 41-yard line is Yakinen. And a terrific return, not even listed as one of the special teams guy, but number 17, Yakinen, takes it all the way out to the 41-yard line. Braylon, a junior, 5'10", 160 pounds. And that's a great start for Anoka.
Yeah, Yakinen, nice return there. I can see that he's in that starting lineup as one of their wideouts. Anoka will be coming out with, looks like 3 wide and a tight end and a back. And you know Anoka, they like to throw the ball.
Sieben, the quarterback, 53-93, 679 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 picks. They're going to hand it off. And on the ground for a short gain is Brody Rush, 45 carries, 201 yards, and a touchdown. And we'll work in those starters when we can, but the Tornadoes, Pete, love to throw it around.
Yeah, they really do. They did it a lot last year. Sieben's a nice-looking quarterback, but he can also run, so you got to watch him getting flushed out of the pocket and running.
He'll throw it to the right, knocked away. Phenomenal defensive play over there by the Osseo Orioles. The right linebacker, Eric Steven, almost jumped that route and picked it off. 3rd down and 10. Phenomenal play here, Pete.
Yeah, that's where Steven's got to pull that ball in, not throw that pass out there. That was almost picked off for 6 and take off running or scan the field and throw it to somebody else. But he kind of forced that one in there.
Brody Lackinen wearing number 8. He is split out. 3 touchdowns on the year. Time, they're going to air it out. Lackinen, the intended receiver, overshot him down at the 25-yard line, and that'll set up 4th down. But good defensive coverage there by the Osseo Orioles deep, and that's the right corner, Peter Zakiel. And the Tornadoes are going to punt it away.
Yeah, 3 and out for Anoka, not the start that they wanted. So Osseo's going to get the ball back. You're going to see a little different offense out of Osseo. They like to pound. They got some big road graders up front, and it'll be excited to see their offense. They also throw the ball a little bit, so they mix it up here.
And the Tornadoes, they're going to run the fake punt, trying to get to the outside. He is tripped up at the line of scrimmage, and that fake punt backfires. Kellen Brewer took off, but he got tripped up. A terrific play here on the edge.
Now, you probably would have liked him to try to sell it a little bit more. He didn't really sell it. He got the ball, and he took off running, and Osseo was all over that.
Yeah, and with the defensive play, Braylon Eidsvug, a 5'10 senior, and Eidsvug's going to give the Orioles outstanding field position, 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Just underway, quarter number 1. Osseo on the road at Anoka. And here's a run up the middle and staggering for 8, maybe 9. Right up the gut is their tailback, Mikey Criswell. 59 carries, 252 yards, 3 touchdowns on the year. And they're going to feed Criswell a lot.
Yeah, Dre Ellis came up from that cornerback spot to make that tackle. But if you get a chance, take a look at this offensive line for Osseo. There is some big guys up there.
And it is going to be a gain of 7 on the play. Ball at the 39-yard line. They need the 36. Here's Criswell. Good surge, and he's going to get it over the 35, where he's dumped right there by the Tornadoes. But a good solid run right up the gut.
Yeah, they're getting by that first wave, that interior defensive line for Anoka, and those linebackers and safeties and corners are going to have to come up and make those tackles. You want to try to see if they can get a little bit of penetration into that backfield.
That may have been Hall with the carry for 4 and a first down for the Orioles at the 35-yard line. And they're going to hand it off to the fullback, and the fullback's going to get a couple before he's stacked up by the Tornadoes. So a short gain in the play, it's going to make it second down for the Orioles. And as we mentioned, Criswell, the ball carrier, Wes Kranz is the quarterback. And, of course, Darren Lamker is back, led the Orioles to the state title in 2015, left, went down to Edina, ultimately coached at Augsburg, and now is back at the helm. And this guy can coach. He's had a terrific career. Eye behind the quarterback, under center, and that's Kranz. He's going to hand it off again. Short gain off the right side. Nice job by the Tornadoes there.
Yeah, getting a little bit better penetration right there. And you talk about Lamker, you know, it's kind of a full circle for him. And to be back at Osseo, they have to be so excited about it because he is one heck of a coach. And he's going to bring this team back. I'm sure of that.
Leading the Orioles to that title 10 years ago. And here we go, third down, right up the middle. Criswell fighting to maybe the 26-yard line. Actually, that wasn't. That was Philip Say with the carry there. So Say is going to set up fourth down at the 27-yard line. Say once again the tailback. And now we're going to get an Oriole timeout there, and Lamker wants to talk about it. And if you don't have the kicker that can boot it on this humid night, this is the easy call on fourth and short.
Yeah, and the way it's gone so far, Steve, you know, they've been able to get that 1, 2, 3 yards pretty easily. I saw Anoka kind of brought in a jumbo package there, and I think that's why Osseo probably called the time out as they took out a couple of the safeties.
And here's a look at the Metro North standings. Centennial, you saw them with Jim Erickson a week ago take down the Rebels, and the Cougars are a physical team. They've got a lot of talent and skill. You got Blaine, Champlin Park, Osseo, Rogers, big one, Champlin Park at Rogers tonight. And then, of course, Andover and Anoka. Those are the Metro North standings. And the Tornadoes 0-3 out of the gate. The Orioles 2-1. Orioles wins over Coon Rapids and Rogers. Good win. They beat them 24-14 a week ago. Their loss to Centennial 49-14. And they are a talented football team. Mike Diggins has it going on up in Lionel Lakes.
Yes, he does.
And here we go. Fourth and short. Eye behind the quarterback, Kranz. And he steps out of there. And now we'll get back under center. Can the Tornadoes make a stand on fourth down? They hand it off, and they're going to get the first down and more near the 20-yard line. And that is Say again, the ball carrier.
Yeah, it looked like they had him stopped initially right at the line of scrimmage, but he squirted free and almost broke that one all the way. But nice tackle there by Anoka.
First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. This Orioles drive started at the Anoka 46-yard line. Quarter number 1 just underway. Thanks so much for joining us here from historic Goodrich Field. I think the weather may have scared some fans away here on homecoming night. Here's Kranz. He will throw the ball and has had success. Play action. He's going to roll out. He's going to throw. He has a man. It's caught inside the 10, down at the 7-yard line. And he has been very efficient this year, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. And they throw a lot of those intermediate short passes. And Devin Lucas kind of got caught out of position right there. So an easy pickup for Osseo. And the first drive is looking pretty good for the Orioles.
They get it down to the 8-yard line. First and goal there. Gain of 12. DeAndre Smith with the catch. And they're going to run it. And this is Criswell. Criswell into the end zone. And he has a touchdown. His 4th of the year. They just went off the right side. He found a seam and went into the end zone. Mikey Criswell, number 4 on the year. And the Orioles have the early lead.
Yeah, he followed that lead blocker into the hole right there. And then he just powered his way into the end zone. And Osseo goes up early here, 6-0.
Extra point try coming up. Snap, spot, kick. Hammered through, and it is good. That was driven through. Kamvangsuk hammered that one, and it is 7-0 Orioles. So they took advantage on a short field. They threw it once. Otherwise, they just kind of stayed patient on the ground.
Well, they're really big up front. They outsize the Anoka defensive line, and they're kind of taking advantage of that right now. You know, Anoka had a lot of really good players last year in defense, and they're trying to get these kids acclimated to the team this year, and they're going to get better as the season goes on, but we're almost halfway right now. This is the halfway mark, so they got to get better quick if they want to get back in this conference race.
So that one, 8 plays. It went 46 yards in 3:14, and the Orioles have a 7-0 lead. They mixed it up, and I have to say that Say carried a load on that. The touchdown run by Criswell, and the quarterback now 25 of 28 on the year, 2 touchdowns and 2 picks, and that's Wes Cran. So he has been very efficient. High end over end kick. It's a short one taken at the 16-yard line over the 20 and somersaulted down at the 25-yard line as the kick returner for the Tornadoes. Braylon Yankinen. And he's a wide receiver and defensive back, and now the Tornadoes go back to work, and they gotta give their defense a breather.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see if they come out running the ball here on this first play or throwing the ball. Last series they came out throwing the ball, almost picked for 6, and kind of put themselves in a little bit of a hole. So we'll see what Coach Bo does here start this second drive.
Blake Sieben, the quarterback. 5 yards deep. Brody Rush, the running back, toss sweep right side. 25 tries to squirt out of bounds near the 30-yard line. He is shoved out over there by the Orioles. And that is Philip Say. Plays both ways for the Osseo Orioles. And, of course, Bo Wozrick did a phenomenal job with this program since taking over. That'll be a gain of 4 on the play there for the Tornadoes. Out to the 29-yard line. And there's one to throw over the middle, and that was the intended receiver, Brody Lackinen, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down now for the Tornadoes, 6 to go.
Just kind of threw that into double coverage again there, Steve.
And,
slant.
And Peter Zakeel was there defensively. Once again, that is scary. Tornadoes can't afford a turnover. 3 picks this year for Sieben. Now a big 3rd down play for the Tornadoes in their own end. Sieben hits his man near the 1st down marker and has it. And that was just a good quick hitter and a really nice throw. And Caden Ban, 23rd catch of the year.
Caden Ban played a lot for Anoka last year. He knew exactly where the sticks are, got in front of them. Nice toss, nice catch. Good 1st down for Anoka that they really needed.
Good pitch and catch. Sieben to Ban. And now one right up the gut. And a very short gain, maybe a yard on the play, and it'll set up 2nd down. Probably not a bad idea. Keep the clock on the move and give everybody a break.
Yeah, Anoka needs to get this running game going, though. They're finding themselves in 2nd and 3rd and long. They need to pick up a chunk on these 1st downs.
Right up the middle, and that good surge is forcing his way near midfield was Brody Rush. Very close to a 1st down, and he's going to get it. That was a fantastic run right up the middle.
You know, Rush is only a junior, but he got some carries last year for that Anoka team, and he's 5'10", 195 pounds, I believe I saw. So he's a nice-sized kid.
And they're going to run it. They're going to go to the outside, and look out. Here go the Tornadoes. And that's going to be a touchdown.
Well, great run right there for Anoka, and they needed that one in the worst way, and that's that quickness right there of Sieben. You know, when he gets to the outside, he's a water bug out there, and he's tough to catch, and he puts Anoka back on the board.
How about that 52-yard touchdown run, and the Tornadoes within 1. Sieben, and that doesn't fool anybody. It is 7-6. Watch this. Sieben, nice fake, tucks it under, gets to the edge, gets a block on the edge, and he is home free as he goes into the end zone for the 52-yard touchdown run. Point after, no good, and the Tornadoes strike quickly. That one just took 112.
Yeah, Anoka went for 2 right there. They have a kicking problem right now where their starting kicker dung up his ankle last week, and he's having a hard time kicking right there. I saw him the other day out at practice out behind the school, and he was kicking these extra points, but they decided not to do it today. They must have thought they saw something where they could get 2, but they got nothing out of it, so they trail 7-6.
But big answer for the Tornadoes there, and a big play for Sieben, and he's shown that he can run the ball a little bit this year. Coming in, 23 carries, 144 yards. That's his 3rd touchdown on the year. And now the Tornadoes are going to kick it off, so a wild start. Still 6:41 to go in the first, and the Orioles lead at 7-6.
Yeah, he's a different quarterback than Podani was last year. Podani was a pocket thrower. This kid can run.
Bohanski to kick it off, and it's at the 40-yard line. End over end, near sideline, taken at the 8. And here come the Orioles up the sideline. Good hit over there by the Anoka Tornadoes. Terrific coverage. Joshua Ryther, the junior, brought down the return man. And that's where Osseo will start their second drive of the game in their own territory for the first time.
Yeah, nice play right here. Watch Ryther come up, and he put a licking on him right there. Great play by Ryther, who's the starting free safety for Anoka. He's a junior, and he's a captain as a junior, so a big part of this Anoka defense.
Here come the Orioles again. Once again, the quarterback, Wes Kranz, Mikey Criswell, the tailback. DeAndre Smith has a catch, one of the wideouts. H-back, Noah Graves. I also see Philip Say. Play action rolling out. The quarterback, Kranz, he has room. 30, 35. Hurdles over the 40 to the 43-yard line. That was quite a play there.
Hello. He saw that opening. Boy, Anoka left it open on that far side. A flag's down right now, so I'm interested what this call is. But here's another look, and it was high jump time, and that was a great little run right there. We're going to see what this flag is.
Going to be a gain at 20 on the play out to the 43, but hold everything.
Personal foul, hurdling on the offense.
Oh, that's a personal foul in high school football. I did not know that. I'm going to be honest with you, but that's what they called, and they called it right from the spot where he hurdled.
So back to the 24-yard line. So that erases the big run.
That was a great hurdle nonetheless.
Yeah, so we're at first down and 9. And the eye behind the quarterback, Kranz. They'll hand it off right side. Not much doing there. Good job by the Tornadoes defensively coming up there and making a good, strong play. For Anoka was David Ellis. Ellis in on the hit there, and that'll set up second down just over the 25-yard line, 26-yard line. And as we move through the night, the weather's supposed to improve. Hopefully we get it in. Once again, the eye behind Kranz. He's under center. Second down, 8 yards to go. Ball at the 26-yard line. Scoreboard says 36. We won't hold him to it. Quick hitter out to the left side and out to the 35-yard line and a first down. That was Amir Johnson. And that was just Johnson just kind of stood up and received it and took it out to the 35-yard line.
Well, what we're seeing so far here on these throws, I can see where he was 24 for 27 coming in here. Everything's short. Everything's precise. The kids from Osseo are running some really good patterns, and he's putting it right on the number.
Well, and the thing is, Pete, you just don't want to turn it over. Limit turnovers is huge at any level. Say no, breaks out. This is Criswell. Look out. 20, 10. Touchdown. He broke through, and that one's going to go for 65 yards with 5:08 to go. Mikey Criswell, second of the game.
Once he got through that first line of Anoka defenders, he was off to the races. There was no one to be found. So Osseo comes back and counters, and it looks like they're going to kick here and see if they can go up by 8.
So Criswell's second of the game. First touchdown run of the game, 8 yards. This one from 65. Orioles trying to tack on the extra point. Snap, spot, kick. Plenty good. Kamvantensuk knocks it through, and it is 14-6. So we have seen plenty of fireworks already in this game, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great run right there. Ran through an arm tackle by Jason Shoppy, who tried to arm tackle him, and you can't do that with a big back like that. And he broke into the open, and we got a game on here today. It's going to be a bunch of big plays, it's kind of looking like.
That drive took 129, 3 plays, 77 yards. There was a penalty in the mix there. And then, of course, it was capped off by Mikey Criswell's 65-yard touchdown run. And we got some umbrellas back out. Got kind of a nice sunset straight across. Press box here looks to the west at Goodrich Field.
Yeah, overall, it's a nice night.
To kick it off. High end over end. Right in the middle of the field at the 13-yard line. Some running room out of there. Good return by the Tornadoes. Look out. Popping out of there. Likinen.
I'll tell you what, that kid's a baller out here tonight. He is going hard, and once again he breaks a tackle, and a great return for Anoka, something that they needed badly here. See if they can get the ball in the end zone.
He gets it to the 35-yard line. Outstanding return by Braylon Yaikinen, the junior, and he's handled the kickoffs and done a really good job. Here come the Tornadoes. Long touchdown run for Sieben last time. He's going to play action, go out to the left, scrambling around, back to midfield. He's going to throw it to the near sideline, incomplete. It'll be his second down and 10. He was scrambling around back there. And
well, he's lucky not to get an intentional grounding right there. I don't think he got out of the pocket, and nobody was within like 15 yards, but he got away with that. We'll move on to the next down.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Sieben. Again, had that long touchdown run. I'll hand it off right side. That was Rush for a couple. Not much before he's stacked up. O-line for the Anoka Tornadoes. Mason Brent, left tackle, left guard. Mark Klein. Center Dustin Burton. Right guard Bennett Jorgensen. Right tackle Andrew Kriz. And they come back to the line of scrimmage after a short gain. They're at the 33-yard line. Third down. 8 yards to go. Throw to the right side. Caught 20-yard line. And being forced out of bounds is Lakinen. Lakinen just kind of dragged the would-be tackler all the way to the 15-yard line. He showed his strength here. Good throw. And he had plenty of room. And then he just worked his way all the way down 15, maybe the 14-yard line.
Big play right there for Anoka.
Gain of 19. I'll hand it off. Rush, he'll try the right side. Not much doing there.
You know, one thing you're going to notice on Anoka, and their wide receivers run such good, crisp patterns. And Lakinen, he just went 15 yards downfield, turned that one back on a dime, and the ball was right there.
Sieben with Brody Rush. They're going to hand it off. Quick hitter inside the 10 all the way to the 5-yard line. And that's actually Moses Boyce. Boyce wearing number 23 carried that one. Boyce in the backfield right now. And that's going to be a first and goal as he ran it All the way down to the 4-yard line, gain of 14. First and goal, Tornadoes. Once again, Boyce in the backfield. Sieben comes up, maybe changing the play. H-back goes in motion. Here's Boyce, right side, breaks a tackle, stumbles into the end zone, and the Tornadoes have their second touchdown of the quarter. It is 14-12, and a two-pointer would tie the game.
Nice run right there. Here's another look at it. The young sophomore showed a little grit, broke that tackle into the end zone, and Anoka finds themselves down by 2. Let's see what they draw up here and try to get these two.
How about that? Boyce, couple of runs in a row. A 14-yarder, then a 4-yarder for the score. And now the Tornadoes going to try and get 2. And now it's Brody Rush in the backfield with the quarterback, Sieben. They're going to get it to Rush, and he's in trouble. Orioles smelled that out. There were 4 white shirts around the football. Rush had no chance.
Yeah, they had that one sniffed out, that's for sure. And they lost a few yards on that play. And Anoka finds himself in a tough position, not having a kicker tonight. So they're going to have to keep going for those 2.
14-12, though, but the Tornadoes have been able to answer. Down 14-12. You know, they gave Osseo a short field. They came back, got the touchdown, the nice run by Sieben. Orioles come right back. They get the 65-yard touchdown run from their star running back, Mikey Criswell. And then the Tornadoes get a good return, take advantage of a short field, and they're right in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anoka, not going away, and we're only in the first quarter, and I think there's going to be a few points scored tonight. That's just a guess.
And here's the 4A rankings. Maple Grove, number 1 there at Edina tonight. Minnetonka, Shakopee, Eden Prairie, Moorhead. Then Centennial, Andover, Lakeville South, Edina, and the Rosemount Irish in the top 10. And, these big schools, they beat up on each other. Maple Grove looks pretty good, but it is tough to run the table in the regular season anymore. This kickoff taken at the 6-yard line. And it's going to be carried near the near sideline. We have maybe the largest golf umbrella in Anoka County right in front of us.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Not doing me any favors, but sure it's keeping whoever's under it's dry. The 5 people that are under it.
That's right.
Well, Anoka's defense got to step up here and put a stop to this right now, because Osseo is pretty much doing whatever they want here in the first 2 drives.
We'll start at their own 23-yard line. 2:56 to go, first quarter. Both teams have put touchdowns on the board. And the quarterback once again is Kranz. He's going to roll out right side, give it up, and that one caught, but a quick tackle over there. Noah Graves, and a good defensive play by the Tornadoes. And that's one of the things we talked about at the top. Coming in, Anoka's given up 121 points. They've given up 14 in the first quarter. And they're going to have to make some plays. And a turnover would be huge. Short gain on that pass.
I think that was Cooper Boylan, another sophomore coming up for the hit, 5'11", 185 pounds.
Kranz under center. Going to hand it off, and we got flags. Usually when they do that, it's a delay or a false start.
5-yard penalty, second down.
False starts. See?
So they're going to move it back 5. And that's going to go to the 19-yard line. And that'll help the Tornado cause. Once again, in this game, I think what we've seen so far in the first quarter, stops are going to be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Too many missed tackles by Anoka here early. They got to make sure that they form tackle and stick them.
Hand off, not much doing there. That was Criswell. Criswell got loose for 65 yards on his second touchdown run. His first touchdown run of the game from 8 yards out. And now it's going to set up third down and an opportunity for that Tornado defense.
Nice job by the strong safety. Jackson Justice came up and put that first hit on. And then the rest of the Anoka team finished it off.
They need to get it to the 33-yard line, so it is third down and 12 for the Orioles here at Goodrich on a Friday night. Straight back. Slant caught. I think he came up short. It was a good throw and a good catch.
Boy, I don't know where they're marking that.
Arsenes caught it. I thought it was short of the sticks, but they're going to give him forward progress. He needed the 33, and he got the 33.
Boy, he threw a dart right here.
Yeah.
That was a nice throw.
Kranz hit the receiver on the run. They'll run it right back up the gut. Nothing doing. Good job by that Tornado defense. They kind of stand him up inside. Coming up on the final 40 seconds of the quarter. No gain on the play. The Tornadoes have tightened up a little bit here on the run, which is certainly a good sign, but Sieben makes good decisions. He can really throw the football. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Let's see if they run a play. Eye behind him. Wide receiver split to the right. He's going to roll to the right side. We got a flag. This one's likely coming back. And carrying it out of bounds over there is the quarterback, Wes Kranz. But where that came from, it's a hold 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go along with that call too. But Anoka's got to do a better job of containing on the outside. When he rolls to that right, Kranz, I'm speaking of, he's got a lot of open space, so he can throw or he can run and get big yardage. But Anoka's got to do a better job. And, they got a couple of really good defensive coordinators in Berkeley and Deneke, and they'll figure this thing out.
Flagging below the waist on the defense. First down.
It's two.
Somebody went low. Right. A little unusual, and it may have happened right there when they went low because the flag came in early. And like I say, 9 times out of 10, that's a hold. But as the defensive player went down, you can't really call it a chop block because it's not a block. But nevertheless, that'll be the end of the quarter, and the Orioles are going to have it first down and 10 at their own 43-yard line, leading at 14-12. So a lot of fireworks early. By the way, 14-12. It says 14-13 on your screen. We'll come back. Quarter number 2, the Orioles on the road, playing the Tornadoes here at Goodrich Field on a Friday night here at QCTV.
On Saturday, October 4th, Amore Antiques is looking to take over First Avenue Plaza in downtown Anoka with this year's 2025 Vintage Fest. From vintage fashion trends to the smallest tokens and collectibles, there's something for all ages to discover. So stop by and hunt for your favorite treasures with over 50 unique vendors lining Jackson Street to choose from. And with the Anoka Social District still in effect, you can stop by your favorite bar or brewery and walk throughout Vintage Fest with a beverage in hand. Food trucks and live music will also be there to make Vintage Fest a community gathering for everyone to enjoy. Vintage Fest is free to attend, so bring the whole family to treasure hunt together to kick off the first Saturday in October in the Halloween capital of the world. And if you are interested in becoming a vendor, visit AnokaVintageFest.com for more information and to request an application. We hope to see you there at Vintage Fest.
Here we go, quarter number 2 underway. First down and 10 Orioles. Toss sweep left side. This is Criswell. Criswell trying to get to the edge, and the Tornadoes up to the challenge. They swarm the football, string it out beautifully.
I like what Josh Ryther did right there. He came up, was talking about form tackling. Watch him right here as he comes up. He's got those arms out, tackles low, brings him down for a 2-3 yard gain, I'm going to say.
And you take that every time with the talent like Criswell. 2 touchdown runs in the first quarter. As we mentioned, 8 yards and 65 yards. Second down and 7. Orioles and White at their own 46-yard line. Kranz under center, eye behind him. Eidsvug, the fullback. This is Say, breaks to the outside, 45-40, still on his feet, shoved out of bounds inside the 40, close to the 35-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to say actually stepped out at the 39-yard line, but Say is kind of that section option behind Criswell, and that's a first down.
Yeah, missed tackle again there by Anoka, and got into that secondary, and Ryther needed to bring him down.
We got a flag, hold everything. Say was the ball carrier. It was a gain of 7 there.
5-yard penalty. First
This
down.
is going to be on the Orioles. Back to the 44.
Yep, full start, and that's what Anoka needs. That's for sure. A lot of big chunk plays by Osseo.
And they've been able to string it out for sure. By the way, that Orioles offensive line, you talked about it, center Gray Johnson, right tackle Trey Adogwe, left guard McIntosh Williams, left tackle Corbin Weber, right guard Michael McGowan. Some big guys on that Orioles O-line. Here's Say. He is going to be stacked up and didn't get much. The Tornadoes kind of swarm all over the football there and make a play.
Look at him fight, though. He just fight. He's hard to bring down. He got 5-6 yards after the first contact.
Got it to the 38-yard line. Gain of 6. Second down, 9 yards to go. Orioles by 2. Early quarter number 2, and that's Say again. Not much. And he was kind of tackled forward and fell forward on the play. Ace Oywol.
Yeah, good penetration right there by Anoka. And they're definitely in 4-down territory, and that's why you saw that run on second down. They still got 2 plays to pick up 7.
Clock on the move, coming up. 10 minutes to go, quarter number 2. Both teams scored 2 touchdowns in quarter number 1. And we got another flag, hold everything, ball on the ground. I say coughed it up, but way after the whistle.
False start on the offense, number 65. 5-yard
False
penalty.
start here,
Third
Steve.
down.
That's a couple on this drive.
Darren Lamker's not going to stand for that.
No, he will not.
They got to clean that up.
This is where Anoka's corners got to get sticky on these receivers, giving them too much space. You know, and they're athletic enough, those 2 corners, and they need to lock them down here and not give them those 15-yard gains.
Dre Ellis over on the right side wearing number 3. Devon Lucas over on the near side. Safety's coming up to help. Quarterback, Kranz, under pressure. He's going to get dropped back at the 49-yard line. The Tornado defense really stepped up on 3rd down and 12.
That was Mason Brent right there. He's the starting right tackle,
Number 5,
and they put him in
offense is
on
off
some
for 1 play.
defensive pairings, and he did a great job pushing through the line. You can see him come right there and get the sack.
All the way back to the 48-yard line, loss of 7. That'll set up 4th down and very long for the Orioles. They need to get it all the way to the 29-yard line.
Timeout on the field.
Now we're going to get a
Osseo,
timeout
that
with
is their
9:05 to
second
go.
charge
Just
timeout
put the
of the
doctor
first
work
half.
for the Tornadoes, and this defense needs one more play and get that ball back.
Yeah, absolutely. They might punt the ball now at the back of the midfield, and it's 4th and, 4th and 18. I'm guessing they would punt right here, but you never know. This guy likes to go just like the Anoka coach does, so we'll have to wait and see here, but it could be a big stop for Anoka.
You may remember early in the game, the Tornadoes, Bo Osford called the fake punt, didn't pan out, gave the Orioles a short field, and they took it 46 yards for a touchdown. And that was Mikey Criswell from 8 yards out. Point after was good. Anoka answers back, and quarterback Blake Sieben goes 52 A 2-point try, no good. Then the Orioles come right back. Criswell from 65 runs it into the end zone, point after good. And then Anoka answered with a touchdown. That was a 4-yard touchdown run for Boyce. Looks like they're going to punt. And they do. And it's a wobbler to the near sideline. And that's going to take a big Orioles bounce inside the 10 and be touched down at the 6-yard line. So that punt worked out beautifully. Noah Graves touched it for the Orioles. And now the Tornadoes, down by 2, have the ball deep in their own territory.
Yeah, they've got about 95 to go. So a nice punt right there by Osseo. And we can see what Anoka's offense is going to do here. The last 2 times they've been very effective.
Well, start at the 6, 8:56 to go. Here in quarter number 2. Sieben, the quarterback, is going to drop back, look to the left, overshoot the intended receiver. That was Caden Band. Coming in, 22 catches, 221 yards. He has a grab here tonight. It's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they got to get Band going. He's that leading receiver along with Lackinen, a couple guys who played a lot last year for Anoka. They need to get him going here.
A lot of younger kids getting an opportunity, maybe guys who didn't play a year ago on a veteran team. What a great year it was for the Tornadoes. And there's a run by Rush, and he fights his way out to the 15-yard line. That was a good, strong run right up the gut. And, contact just past the line of scrimmage. He fought through it and picked up 3-4 extra yards.
But look, the hole there right there. He gets by that guy. He could be 95 yards, but still a good run.
Another run to the near side, shoved out of bounds. That'll be a 1st down for the Tornadoes, so they're moving right along. And he got strung out, but still used his speed to get to the 20-yard line in a 1st down for Anoka.
He's a nice-looking running back and only a junior. Like I said, he got some plays last year, but he's a big, strong kid and doing a nice job out here for Anoka tonight.
They called him out at the 19-yard line. And here is the quarterback. Sieben scrambling, being chased, throws it out of there. Incomplete. Pretty good decision. No one could get to that throw, and that was a tough throw on the run. He was under duress in the shadow of his own goal line. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a good throw by him to get it out of bounds. That was a little bit scary right there. That ball's back in bounds, and they're probably picking that off and going the other way. But nice job by Sieben, and to put Anoka at 2nd and 10.
Key guy for the Orioles down out at the 41-yard line. That's Philip Say. And not only does he play a strong safety, but he is option number 2 in the running back spot. And
I'm not quite sure what happened. He just went down.
Maybe a cramp?
That could be it.
Because he looks fine now as he trots over to the huddle. I think he realized, I got to shake this off if I want to get back in there.
Well, he's playing both ways.
Yep.
So, he's doing a lot. And it's still a little humid out here tonight. The rain cooled things off, but it's still a humid night. It's a beautiful night.
It is 2nd down and 10. Tornadoes at their own 19-yard line. And going back is the quarterback, Sieben. Sieben gets it to the near side. It is caught. And on a run, 40-45, out to the 50-yard line is Boyce, and he goes out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. Boyce, another big play for the Tornadoes.
It's the Boyce coming out party tonight here at homecoming. A couple of really nice plays for Anoka here early in the game.
Gain of 31 to midfield in the 1st down for the Tornadoes. And that's going to be a 5-yard gain. They'll take that every time. That is Boyce. By the way, Boyce on that last touchdown drive had a gain of 14 to the 4, and then the touchdown run right after that. And now we have a Tornado down in the field, and we have an injury break.
Looks like it's Mason Brent.
Yeah, the left tackle.
They cannot afford to lose him. He's their offensive top guy on the offensive line, and they also play him some on defense.
So 2nd down and 5, injury timeout here at Goodrich Field. I don't want to jinx it. I don't even want to look at the radar. I know they're keeping an eye on that in the truck. And other people here are keeping an eye on it. But you'll see, here's Brent, and let's see, and he just got run over. Yeah, he got kicked from behind. Boyce ran into him, and he kind of got doubled over. And hopefully Brent's going to pop up and get back in there. And as you mentioned, key guy on the O-line, but he's made some plays on defense as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be okay here. He's a tough kid, that's for sure. He's going to want to play. But talking about these guys, you look to the south, it looks a little dark down there.
A little ominous.
Yes.
And there you see the water tower that overlooks Goodrich Field, and has for a long, long time. One of the great settings in high school football, anywhere in the state, anywhere in the country. And now the artificial turf, but it's about as good as it gets. 2nd down and 5 for the Tornadoes. Sieben. And now in the backfield is Brody Rush. Rush and Boyce have shared time. Rush has a touchdown run on the year. He's going to get the call. And he's going to get stacked up and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Good job by the Orioles defensively. They were all over that. Charles Lewis, the linebacker, wearing number 9, got there first. It'll be 3rd down and 5. And the Tornadoes right back to the line of scrimmage. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. And they're going to throw a quick one. It is caught by Ban. Ban has a first down, still on his feet, down to the 36-yard line. Just a quick slant. Ban caught it. And that was a good pitch and catch by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, nice run there by Ban. Sieben put it right on the numbers.
Now scrambling out of there. Sieben sacked back at the 49-yard line. Terrific play defensively by the Osseo Orioles. That was just absolutely outstanding. Abel Kennedy tripped him up. Kennedy just stayed after and dove and brought him down.
That was a huge play for Osseo, and Kennedy showed some speed because we know what Sieben could do, and Kennedy stayed right with him and just tripped him up by the ankle.
And now it is going to set up actually back to the 48-yard line, and that is a big loss for the Tornadoes. First down stick at the 24. So 48 minus 24. That's where we're at on 2nd down. It's a long way to go. And we're going to get a flag, and the Tornadoes might get a false start.
They took a timeout here. Clock was running down, and Coach Bo took a timeout.
Well, they gave up the touchdown on the short field, but Anoka's been able to answer, and with 5:59 to go in the quarter, they're in 2nd down and long. You don't need it all at once. You get back a chunk or two, and then it can be 4-down territory for Anoka.
Yeah, I'll tell you, watching Anoka the last few years, they're probably in 4-down territory right now,
Yeah.
Steve. You know, they get over midfield, and they're going. They're not a real punting team, but a good thing for Anoka is they were down in the shadows of their own goal line at the 5-yard line and have been able to work the ball out over the 50-yard line. So they've done some good things here, but they put themselves in a hole right here, and they need to try to dig themselves out of it. It looks like Mason Brent, 72, is back in the game for Anoka, so that's good to see.
Once again, Abel Kennedy, a big play for the Orioles to send the Tornadoes back. 2nd down, 24, ball at the 48-yard line. Sieben waits for the snap, looks to the sideline, Rush behind him. Still plenty of time on the play clock. Getting down to 5. And away we go. Sieben steps out of there, darts to his left, still on his feet, throws, incomplete. How he kept that play alive, I don't know.
And what was nice about it, Steve, is he kept the play alive and he had his eyes downfield. You know, he probably could have ran for a little bit here, but not a lot. And on the run, that's a really tough throw right there.
5'10", 165, just a junior, but a very good decision. Keep the play alive, but didn't throw it in a spot where the Orioles could make the pick. Now 3rd down and 24 with 5:51 to go here in quarter number 2. Orioles led it 14-12 after one. They've had a stalemate so far here in the quarter. Sieben straight back. He's going to scramble out of there again. Move to his left. Throw it over the middle. Overshoots Ban. And that wouldn't have been the first down, but it would have been the 34-yard line and would have set up fourth down and reasonable. Now we have 4th and 24.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt here, which is a good decision at midfield. See if you can flip the field right here with just under 6 minutes to play here before halftime.
And Ban almost came up with that one, but it is damp. The field's wet. The ball's a little bit wet. And he wasn't able to haul that one in. And like I say, it wouldn't have been a first down at the 34-yard line, but it would have made it fourth down and maybe you go for it.
Yeah, that was
down
that chunk play that you were talking about right there, and they definitely would have went for it. But right now, a smart decision to punt the ball. Just want to make sure you get a good snap back there and get the ball off.
You know, if you hadn't been to Goodrich Field in a long time, I know there's turf and the grandstands have been updated, but it is still very recognizable. You know, and when you get back to Anoka and you drive by Goodrich, some cool upgrades in recent years, but it is a gem. 5:44 to go in the quarter, and the Tornadoes will punt it away. Brewer gets it away. It's a good punt. And this will bounce toward the sideline. And it didn't take a very friendly bounce. It went straight left out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Orioles will start.
Yeah, I think net yardage there is probably 28, but if it would have bounded the other way,
yeah,
would have been nice. But right now it's 20-yard line, and Anoka needs to come up with another stand.
Let's see what that Anoka defense can do against this potent Orioles offense. And they shut out Coon Rapids 36-0. They scored 14 in a loss to Centennial, and then they beat Rogers 24-14. And the Tornadoes got a stop last time. They're going to need it again. Quarterback Kranz steps back, throws it to the left, almost picked, turning the other way and going upfield is the Osseo Orioles, and the receiver there is Barcenas. Stefan Barcenas caught it and trying to jump that route and coming up with the interception was Devin Lucas. He came up empty. They're going to be a gain of 9 out to the 29-yard line.
Well, good start here for Osseo. Picking up 9 in that first play.
They go right up the middle and working his way to the 35-yard line is the running back, and that's Criswell. Criswell, 2 touchdown runs in that first quarter, and he has a first down and a gain of 6.
Well, Anoka needs to match Wills right here and shut him down, because there's just under 5 minutes to go, and the long drives that Osseo can put on, they would like nothing more than to drive this thing down the field and leave nothing left on the clock for Anoka. So Anoka needs to stop here and not have that long drive against them.
We got flags again. Typically movement on the O, and it is.
76, 5-yard penalty.
We had a few of those.
There has. He saw Coach over there just put his hands on his hip and his head went down, and it's like, what are we doing? Putting themselves in trouble here. They're in a longer position to try to get that first down.
Well, and I saw a feature on him by our friends at CUCX, Darren Lamker, coming back, and he said, District 279 is home, and I had fun at Augsburg, and I just felt like coming home. And they've got to be thrilled to have him as head coach at Osseo. They're going to throw it off to the right, incomplete, nowhere near the intended receiver. The intended receiver was Zamir Johnson, and the quarterback fired it long, and Tornadoes get another break. Second down and 15, ball at the 30-yard line.
Well, Kranz is going over to the sideline for the plays now. He's going over discussing it with Coach and make sure they get it right here. And this is 2nd and 15.
And that's a good shot at that Oriole offensive line. They had a look at that whole group, and they are big guys. And that is a good place to start with that big old line. Kranz hands it off. Trying to run out of there. Criswell has room over the 50. And you don't need to give him much room. And he's got a big gainer, a first down and more into Tornado territory.
Yeah, that looked like there was nothing there. And all of a sudden, here he comes out the other end. Look at it right here. It looks like Anoka has it contained. He pops out the other side, uses that speed, that strength, picks up a bunch.
He gets it all the way to the Tornado 47-yard line. Gain at 23. And a first down for the Orioles.
Another thing you have to remember, Steve, is Anoka got the ball in the first half. So Osseo is looking for a 2-for-1 here.
Now here come the Orioles. Kranz hands it off. I think that's Say wearing number 4. Pretty good surge. Oh, that is Criswell again. Criswell number 10. Gain of 4, second down at 6.
Here comes Mason Brent into the game for Anoka. So he's back doing a roll on both sides of the ball, so he must be okay.
Boy, that is tough double duty. Both ways in the trenches.
In the trenches, yeah.
That, especially going up against a huge Oriole offensive line. That's got to wear you down. Criswell again. Tornadoes stack it up. He falls forward for a couple. It's the 41-yard line. It'll be third down and about 4. Clock on the move, 2:25 to go, quarter number 2.
Yeah, they have that big line, and then they put that fullback in there to lead the way, and they're tough to stop. That's a lot of beef moving forward.
As you pointed out, Kranz got the play on the sideline, comes in. Wes Kranz, senior quarterback.
Looks like they're going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, big third down and 4 play. And well, we thought 14-12 after one quarter. We got a shootout on our hands, and we've had a stalemate here in quarter number 2. Both defenses have made some plays. Haven't been a ton of turnovers. No turnovers in the game so far.
Yeah, both teams are doing a nice job as far as turnovers go. You know, in the second quarter here, Steve, both teams have moved the ball, but then either a penalty or a sack has put them in tough field position. But if they keep themselves in position for 3 downs to get a first down and they're going forward, they're getting it. But when they're losing yardage, that's when they've been having some trouble.
2:05 to go, and we're already at the halfway point. That's the thing about high school football as much as any season. You snap your fingers, and here it is, halfway point of the regular season already. And then it goes really quick because week 5, 6, and 7, and then week 8 is that short week. They still call it MEA?
They still call it MEA.
That's what I do. Third down and 4. Criswell left side, stacked up and driven back. He probably got back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Great job by that Tornado defense as they step up and make a huge play.
Yeah, let's see if we can see who makes that play over on that side.
Grabbing him from behind.
Looks like
Dustin Burton.
Yeah, the youngster. He's making some plays out there. He wants to play. He was not in the starting lineup, but he's showing us a little something out there.
Burton makes a play, and now it's 4th down and 4 at the 41-yard line. 1:23 and counting. Eye behind the quarterback, Kranz. Straight back. Throws it incomplete. Inside the 30. The intended receiver couldn't get near the ball. And they're going to turn it over on downs. Great job by the Tornadoes.
Surprises me a little bit the way they've been moving the ball on the ground, that they didn't keep it on the ground, but they were looking for more than the 3 yards they needed and just threw it a little bit long. And Anoka's going to have an opportunity here with 1:17 left to go. And believe me, they're not going to kneel it down. They're going to go. Ball's going to go up in the air.
So Anoka has it at their own 41-yard line, 1:17 to go in the quarter, down by 2. By the way, Barcenas, the intended receiver. There's a quick slant, caught, running room over the middle, 40-35, tripped up inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Go the Tornadoes.
That's little brother right there. He's a 9th grader. Blake Sieben.
Blake Sieben with a big gainer. And the Tornadoes hurry up mode. Sieben is going to step up on his feet, stagger forward, and get decked down at the 25-yard line. Still a gain of 5 on the play. So on that last play, a gain of 29, and the Tornadoes in business late in quarter number 2, down by 2.
Well, the little Sieben, I heard he is a little water bug. He is 5'8", 145 pounds. But he looks quick, and he could be another weapon for Anoka as the season goes on here.
Well, and do you think those guys played catch out in the yard? Do you think they're on the same page? I'm guessing they are.
I think so, yeah.
That's good stuff. And then a run down to the 25-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Plenty of time for the Tornadoes, but terrific play there. And Sieben lines up in the slot. Found a seam in the defense. And Blake hit Brock. 2nd down and 5 yards to go for the Tornadoes. They have an opportunity before the half to grab the lead. Now, once again, kick really not an option here tonight. Trips to the left. For the quarterback, Sieben. They're going to hand it off. Rush up the middle. Good surge near a 1st down. I think they're going to call him down at about the 21-yard line. It'll make it 3rd and very short.
They got to go. Timeout by Coach Bo.
Tornadoes have a couple of timeouts. Osseo out of timeouts.
Well, I don't know if he had to use one there because an Osseo player's down in the field. So.
Yeah, still see 2 on the board for the Tornadoes. But you got to give the credit to the defense. You know, they got the stop, got the ball back. They've been able to keep the Orioles off the board twice. And now Anoka driving. This one started at their own 41-yard line. Blake Sieben, the quarterback. He has time. Fires it over the middle, over the top of Ban. Trying to hit Ban at about the 13-yard line, but overshot him. He's got a good arm.
He does have a good arm. It's 4th down right now. They need 1.
Still plenty of time, 31.9 to go here in quarter number 2. Rush the running back. Blake Sieben hands it off. Rush with room up the middle, still on his feet. Fights his way inside the 10 near the 7-yard line. Good run by Brody Rush. 1st and goal. And they've got time because they got to move the sticks and get him set. Gain of 14. 1st and goal. Tornadoes go again. Rush on his feet. Walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Anoka. And the Tornadoes lead it 18-14 with 18.2 to go in quarter number 2.
Well, that was an impressive drive by Anoka, both on the ground and in the air. And the big play was Sieben to get him into Osseo territory. And here's another look at it as that hole opened up to the right side. And Rush just walked into the end zone, and Anoka takes the lead back. They are going to kick right here.
So, kicker on to try, Gus Moran. Moran to try, snap, spot, kick. Did he get it through? Yes, he did. Line drive for Gus. And the Tornadoes extend their lead to 19-14. Well, maybe they found a kicker here at the end of quarter number 2.
Well, I know that he was their kicker, has a bad ankle, and you could kind of see him limp off the field, so he's not taking the kickoffs, but he had enough. He said, put me in there, coach. The adrenaline gets you going right there, and a big kick And it puts Anoka out in front 19-14. We have a heck of a ball game here, Steve.
19-14 Anoka, and that drive, they were very efficient, under a minute, and they go 59 yards to pay dirt.
Well, I was talking 2 for 1 for Osseo, and instead Anoka scores, and Osseo will receive the ball in the second half, and with only 19 seconds left, unless they get a good return here, I'm guessing they might just sit on it.
Noah Fahansky to kick it off. It'll be taken at the 8. Orioles come up the sideline. Good coverage by the Tornadoes. Terrific play. No running room whatsoever for the Orioles. DeAndre Smith.
Yeah, that was Jason Shoppy right there coming up with the play for Anoka. And he's had a couple really nice plays on the special team. So nice job there by Shoppy getting downfield. And with the ball at the 16, I'm sure they're just going to kneel on it here. Maybe try a handoff up the middle.
Yeah, you got to be a little leery of Criswell. Find out where he is. And they are just going to take a knee. Quarterback under center, and he will take the knee. And that is going to do it. Once again, quarterback Wes Kranz takes the snap. And we have played 2 at Goodrich Field, and the Tornadoes get the only touchdown, an extra point in quarter number 2. After 1, they trailed 14-12. After 2, they lead it 19-14. And you got to say, Pete, an impressive reaction from Anoka defensively. And then, of course, that big drive to grab the lead going into half.
Yeah, they really cleaned it up on defense. And then, like you said, a very impressive drive to put the ball in the end zone and find themselves ahead here at half, 19-14. We still got 24 minutes to go.
Orioles are 2-1 on the year. Tornadoes looking for their first victory. They are up at the half. We'll take a break and come back. Steve Thompson, Pete Hayes from Goodrich Field on this Friday night here on QCTV.
The award ceremony after winning state was a big one. Like, everybody just, like, after they said that Osseo got second, like, we all just, like, knew. And, like, we all just, like, looked at each other. And then when they announced that we got first, like, everybody just started jumping and, like, crying. That was for sure a really big moment.
This team is, like, one of the first places that I felt like I've ever belonged. And, like, I feel like we continue to do that continuously. Like, on the daily, anytime there's a new person, open arms, like, come in here.
During the summer, we made sure to plan a lot of team bondings for our team, like sideline and competition. And so I think that definitely played a really big role in feeling comfortable with the people. So I joined last year during basketball season, my freshman year, and I just joined because, like, they just looked like they were having so much fun, and it really is that much fun. It's like the girls are all so sweet, and, like, really you just have to go for it.
I was like, I need to go to my comfort zone, and cheer seems fun. So I went to my first practice, and the entire time I had tears in my eyes. I was so scared, but I ended up having so much fun. Even though I felt like I couldn't do any of it, here I am. I could do a whole routine. I'm planning to cheer in college, like she was saying. Like, take that step, take that risk, because that's how you grow.
This team is so incredible. Like, it's just, everybody works so hard, and, like, as a captain, like, I know I cannot take credit at all for our victories, but it is just, I'm so proud of everybody. It's so incredible.
I would say the same. Like, I feel the most connected with this team out of my 3 years on this team. Like, even with our sideline team that we don't spend every single practice with, like, I feel so connected with everybody. And I think that's just because of the energy that, like, the team chemistry that we've built this year, especially with, like, team bondings. But just, like, in general, like, we've just come a long way. I don't know, I'm just proud of us. So yeah. People don't realize the intensity level of this sport. Some of the guys last week from football came out and watched us, and they were all pretty impressed that we were actually running plays. Bo was in it to win it, and so are we. We're all for it.
So I used to play when I was younger, like through the YMCA or whatever, as a little kid. I definitely enjoyed it because growing up I played with all the boys, so it was definitely a lot of fun.
At Anoka, every year we do our senior powder puff where all the girls get to play flag football with the guys coaching it, and it was a really fun experience for me. So when Coach Bo and Trey came up to me and told me, hey, they're starting a league, I thought it'd be so exciting.
Flag football here for the girls, this is really its second year in the state. First year at Anoka. There was a small group last year that kind of piloted it. Now we've expanded it. There's 44 teams in the state. Vikings are involved, really kind of trying to push and elevate the sport this year. So we're real excited about it.
I really like the agility part of it. It's taught me a lot of new moves, offensively and defensively. It's just training is so much fun.
Well, I mean, our goal is, to become the best version of ourselves that we can be, and I think this sport kind of gives us another thing that we can do as a school and as a community that everybody can get behind.
There's also only 5 people on the field for offense and defense, but we still are running plays. We're still working as hard as I think football guys do. I mean, we're practicing after most of us have already practiced for our other sports, so it's like double practice a day, and we're still putting in the work.
I think it's going to upscale really fast because just the level of girls we have at Anoka who want to play, and I'm sure other schools too. I feel like it's going to grow really fast, and it'll benefit a lot of girls.
The Anoka Classic Car Show is back in town this summer, and all are invited to come and attend this free event showcasing some of the most unique cars around. Cars from all over the Midwest stop by, and it's a perfect spot to bring the dog, grab a bite, and check out some vintage vehicles. Right in downtown Anoka off of 4th Avenue and Van Buren Street on these Saturdays this summer from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. all the way until September 20th for the big Classic Car Show finale. And this last Saturday on August 9th, the Anoka Classic Car Show and the Anoka Historical Society were proud to welcome drivers of the 39th Annual Antique Brass Car Run. This antique car run is a 120-mile tour of the Minnesota countryside, and the run starts in the rural town of New London and makes its way up to New Brighton, featuring some of the oldest running cars in the country. And if you have a classic car of your own from 1992 and older, it is only $4 per vehicle to have a spot in the show. So make sure to visit AnokaClassicCarshow.org for more information and to stay tuned in case of any cancellation updates.
The Anoka Lions were chartered in 1956 by local Anoka businessmen. Lions Clubs International and the Anoka Lions Club have evolved and changed over many years with a membership of men and women, young and old, that have come together to serve our community. That service is through financial giving and boots on the ground, with 100% of all funds raised going back to our community. Do we work? Yes. But do we have fun? Well, that's a big yes. Some of the local projects we support are Fishing with Youth, Haven for Heroes, Anoka Legion Post 102, Feed My Starving Children, and countless more. Events you can find us at: Rockin' on the Rum, Riverfest, Anoka County Fair, The Masons, Ribs, Bibs, and Blues, Vintage Fest, and many, many others. So, if you are looking for friends, fellowship, and fun, and you have a heart for service, then come join us. Contact me, Lion Vicki Violet of the Anoka, Minnesota Lions. Lions, Ordinary people doing amazing things. We serve.
On October 4th, the Minnesota Kindness Alliance invites everyone in the community to walk with them and Havens for Heroes for their first annual partnership between the Walk to Honor and Honor to Walk event and the Suicide Awareness 5K. I met up with Stacy Burnham and Missy Merchman from the Minnesota Kindness Alliance right in front of the Rock Garden behind City Hall to learn more about their walk and everything we can expect.
We're here to promote our Veterans Awareness 5K that is taking place at Havens for Heroes on Saturday, October 4th. Starting at 10 o'clock. It is officially called a Walk to Honor and Honor to Walk, the Nicole Burnham Veteran Suicide Awareness 5K. And it's a pretty big event. We have a raffle and have some food, rock painting, friendship bracelet making.
It's not a competitive thing. It's not a race, so it's open to all ages and abilities.
And so we'll start at Havens for Heroes up on 4th Avenue. And we actually walk the path down to the Rock Garden. And this is our turnaround point, and then we head back.
Of course, all the great activities that this event offers wouldn't be possible without the partnerships of the other nonprofits throughout the city.
We have the ACBC Food Shelf coming. We have We Saw the Light, Operation Enduring Hope.
Anoka Tornadoes and Job's Daughters volunteers, the youth program from right in the community. They are fabulous helpers. They do a lot of stuff to help us with all of the things we do, so they will be there.
Yeah, Veterans Suicide Prevention Group from the VA will be there.
And the Tree of Valor event.
Yes, the Tree
Tell
of
us
Valor.
about the Tree of Valor. Oh my gosh, you don't want to miss this.
So the Tree of Valor is actually a nonprofit based out of North Carolina. And she comes, we've got about 25 or so artificial Christmas trees, and we'll set them up inside Havens for Heroes. They will be decorated with veterans from different branches, different conflicts. We'll have a female veteran. There'll be some family trees.
And if you have a family member who is a veteran, you can also sign them up to be displayed for your own family tree as well. All registration is online, and there are some special opportunities for those who are able to pre-register for this event.
Pre-registration is on Eventbrite. If you also find us on Facebook, either the Anoka Kindness Rock Garden, Minnesota Kindness Alliance, or a Walk to Honor and Honor to Walk, we post almost daily there about the events happening.
ACBC Food Shelf is a nonprofit organization providing food, clothing, household items, and resources to families in need while maintaining the dignity of those we serve. We are located in Anoka and provide food to all people regardless of where they live. We offer a large variety of free food choices, and we're set up just like a grocery store so that people can select their own items. ACBC is focused on building relationships with our community and reducing barriers to receive food. Last year, there were more than 23,000 household visits to the food shelf, and the need continues to rise. Other food programs we offer include the CSFP program, which provides eligible seniors ages 60 and older with nutritious food choices and educational material each month, a grocery delivery program for homebound individuals, the Summer Food for Kids program, which is available throughout the summer for families with school-aged children. For individuals and families experiencing homelessness, ACBC has a weekly program option, and fresh produce distributions are offered twice a month, which are open to all. All of our food programs focus on healthy food choices in a warm and welcoming experience. In addition to providing free food, ACBC has a variety of other programs which include a birthday bag program for children ages 1 to 18, and in a newly remodeled space, the ACBC thrift store is open to the public. Vouchers are available for food shelf market shoppers with an appointment to receive free and low-cost items. All proceeds support ACBC programs. Thanks to the generosity of our donors, volunteers, and community, ACBC has been a vital part of our community for nearly 55 years. To learn more about our organization, I invite you to visit our website at acbcfoodshelf.org and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.
Break out the flannel and fanny packs. The 90s are back in fashion. The city of Champlin is hosting the hottest music show in town with Shed Fest. This year's event is taking place on Saturday, September 20th at the Public Works Yard. Doors open at 5 p.m. and IDs are required to enter. This 21-plus event will feature the musical powerhouses of Weekend Rockstar, hitting the stage at 6, and Full House headlining at 9 p.m. Jam along to all your favorite 90s favorites from NSYNC, Britney Spears, Nirvana, Oasis, Spice Girls, and more. Free parking is available at the Champlin Ice Forum, just a short walk from the venue, or catch the free shuttle buses from Andrews Park or JRAC located at 10951 Elm Creek Parkway. Food and beverages will be available for purchase on site. Shedfest brings the best of the 90s straight to Champlin, so grab your friends, assemble your outfits, and we'll meet you behind the Public Works building.
Today we're at Alley and Ave, a quirky retro furniture and home decor store.
As you can see, we do all this home decor stuff, but we also do furniture. We do some tables that come in. We do dressers, anything really that is donated to us. We take in goods kind of like a thrift store would that we fix up and redo. Some of them we fix up and redo just as they were originally. Others we transform into something new. Like this over here, this was a full dresser. It had shelves or drawers that went all the way down it, but we took those out, put a shelf in there and made something a little bit more modern, a little bit more what people are looking for in today's age. This is another example of that over here where we took half of the drawers out of a dresser and made a bench, put kind of in their front entryway.
We're getting the tour from Steve Chrisnagel, who is the work coordinator at Alley and Ave.
So Alley and Ave is a storefront that sells our products out to the public. We are a student work site within the Anoka Hennepin School District where students come to learn job skills, all those soft skills that they need in order to be successful at a job and maintain employment within the community. And they also learn some valuable skills of how to be in different positions within our program, learning those skills as well.
Alley and Ave is located right off 2nd Avenue and is connected to the school district. Alley and Ave is staffed by students through a work program. The students help run and maintain the store in addition to creating items out of donated goods that are repurposed for the store.
Yeah, as we walk around here, our students also learn that work here in the store, also learn how to take care of plants, and then we sell those out as well. So they're maintaining and learning how to grow indoor and outdoor plants. This time of the year, we're doing many more outdoor things. One of our most popular are actually our chairs that we turn into planters. So this is just an example of one of the different things that we do with some old chairs that, might be a little too broken up to actually sit in anymore, but they work great when you take, the seats off and make them into planters. People throw them in the garden and love them.
Hey, be sure to stop in to Alley and Ave, say hi, and browse their goods. They're located right off 2nd Avenue in downtown Anoka.
I believe this is my 14th year as a head coach here at Anoka, 15th year overall, and the reason I coach is just, I went here, I played here, I compete, a little bit, I do it for the guys, I love coming out here and hanging out with the players and, watching these guys grow up. I hold these guys very, very accountable, and at times they may not like it. I do think at the end of the day, they understand as to why I do that, not only myself, my other coaches. And I do feel like while we are a talented lacrosse team, I feel like that does kind of allow us to rise above what our talent may or may not be at that.
I mean, I just love to play, and I love to play with these guys. We've had great team, and like saying earlier, got a lot of returning seniors, so I've been playing with them for a long time. And we know each other really well, and we hang out on and off the field. Like, it's not just come here, talk, and then don't see you again. We're chatting a lot, doing a lot of stuff outside of lacrosse.
We really feel like a family. I mean, we joke around just like brothers would. We rip on each other a little bit, but that's what makes it, fun to come out here every day and practice together. We hear from Sutton a lot is that there have been some great teams that have come through this program, and we really wanted to be one this year. We didn't get amazing results last year. We thought we could have been pretty competitive, and just some games came down to the wire, and just we didn't get the result we wanted. So this year we really wanted to push forward through adversity and go out and get wins when we knew we could go get them. Personal goals for the season, definitely I want to get some awards, team awards, maybe state awards, stuff like that. But I just want to have fun with the guys, School year's ending soon. We're going to be not maybe seeing each other in a few months, so I definitely want to keep this team going for as long as possible.
Oh, I mean, we just have a lot of guys who want it. High energy, been putting a lot of work in practice, outside of practice, just all year round, and it's paying off. I just want to win. I want to play and I want to win. The more we win, the more we play. So. Anoka!
People don't realize the intensity level of this sport. Some of the guys last week from football came out and watched us, and they were all pretty impressed that we were actually running plays. Bo was in it to win it, and so are we. We're all for it.
So I used to play when I was younger, like through the YMCA or whatever, as a little kid. I definitely enjoyed it because growing up I played with all the boys, so it was definitely a lot of fun.
At Anoka, every year we do our senior powder puff where all the girls get to play flag football with the guys coaching it, and it was a really fun experience for me. So when Coach Bo and Trey came up to me and told me, hey, they're starting a league, I thought it'd be so exciting.
We are back, Goodrich Field, here on a Friday night. Week number 4, the Tornadoes looking for victory number 1 on the season. They are 0-3. The Orioles coming in 2-1. Osseo led at 14-12 after a wild first quarter, but Anoka got some stops and got the lone touchdown at quarter number 2, and they have the lead 19-14 going to the third.
Yeah, there's that first touchdown for Osseo, and then Anoka countered Sieben with a 55-yard run down the sideline, showed his wheels, got into the end zone to tie this thing up, or put him down by 1, actually.
Yeah, they were down 7-6 at that point. Then on to quarter number 2. Here's Sieben, dumps it off, and turning it upfield right here. Terrific play by Boyce. Boyce gets it to midfield, and this was a lone score of quarter number 2. And then there's that quick slant. That's Ban. Van gets it downfield, and he had a pretty nice half. And I will say Sieben threw the ball pretty well in the first half. A lot of good decisions. And then
found the little
nice
brother
throw
right
there.
there.
Yeah, that's Brock Sieben, and Sieben got him into position. And then running it in was Brody Rush from 7 yards out. And Rush almost untouched into the end zone. Point after was good. 19-14, and the Tornadoes have the lead and looking for that first victory. I think Bo Osrick pretty positive. They lost a lot of good players from a year ago. They had a great run the Tornadoes did in the 24 season. And there's a lot of kids trying to get experience and trying to find their place, and we've seen some playmakers step up.
Well, we have, and Coach Bo was telling us that, they're looking for their own identity, and that's what they need to find. They're a different team than last year. There's no question about it. But they still have a lot of talent on this team and have a chance to do some damage come playoff time. But this is a game you need tonight, and then you have your big rivalry game against Andover next week.
And by the way, football, volleyball, soccer here on QCTV as we move through the night. We'll take a look at that schedule. And once again, they're keeping an eye on the radar in the truck. It looked a little touch and go as we were getting set up for the game here tonight, but so far so good as we get ready to start quarter number 3. And just to quickly recap again, 2 touchdowns for the Orioles and their running back, Mikey Criswell. Criswell took it in from 8 yards out and then ran it in from 65 yards out. We mentioned Blake Sieben. He had that big 52-yard touchdown run. And then, of course, a touchdown run from Moses Boyce from 4 yards out. And then Brody Rush, Tornado running back, runs it in from 7 yards out in quarter number 2. And it is 19-14 Anoka. And the Tornadoes will kick it off as we get ready to start quarter number 3.
Well, the way this thing started off, we thought it was going to be something like 57-56.
Yep.
But both defenses really buckled down, and we're in for an exciting second half here.
Well, the Tornadoes get ready to kick it off. Bohanski. Gus Moran did come in. He's injured. Hit an extra point to make it 19-14. That one hits the ground, bounces by, grabbed at the 3-yard line. And here come the Orioles, and great coverage by the Anoka Tornadoes downfield first. Nick Wellman makes the hit. DeAndre Smith let it get by him. Smith recovers at the 3. And now the Orioles are going to start in a hole.
Yeah, that kick turned out pretty good for Anoka. A nice boot there. It took a great bounce for Anoka, and the coverage team got down there. And Osseo is going to have to start now at their own 15. So nice job by the Anoka coverage team.
See some of the fans here at Goodrich tonight. Great job by our crew as always. Fighting the elements, getting set up, and here we go. First down and 10. Quarter number 3 underway. Tailback gets it. Not much doing there. And that is Mikey Criswell, the quarterback, Wes Kranz. Wideout DeAndre Smith, Noah Graves. The slot back, the wideout Zamir Johnson for the Orioles. Eidsvog will get time at the fullback. Eidsvog wears number 40. Braylon Eidsvog, sturdy senior. And it is no gain on the play. Dropping back is the quarterback. Kranz throws it off to the left. That one is going to be caught out of bounds by Zamir Johnson.
I have to keep an eye on this. I do not see Ryther out there for Anoka's defense, and he's their leading tackler, and he's not. Max Sweet is now back playing that safety position, that free safety for Josh Ryther, who's had a really good first half, but don't see him out here this second half.
It sets up a 3rd down and 3 after the completion to Zamir Johnson. They're going to hand it off, and that's going to be a first down. And that is the second option at running back for the Orioles, and that's Philip Say.
Well, when Osseo does not penalize themselves, they're pretty good at running 10 yards in 3 plays. At least they have been so far tonight. Anoka's defense has toughened up, though.
Gain of 6 on the play. 2 running backs, either side of Kranz. Kranz going to air it out. Left sideline over the fingertips of Zamir Johnson. And he had a step, but just overthrew him. They're looking for a big play as second down.
Yeah, Dre Ellis did a pretty nice job there for Anoka staying with him, but that was a nice throw.
Left tackle, Corbin Weber. Right tackle, Trey Adogwe. Center, Gray Johnson. Guards, McIntosh Williams, Corbin, or I should say Michael McGowan. Short gain up the middle. Gain of maybe yard on the play to the 30-yard line. That is Criswell there. 2 touchdowns in the game for Mikey Criswell. Get it to the... Actually, really no gain on the play. They're going to put it right back at the 29-yard line.
Well, 3rd and 10, so big down here for Osseo early in the second half. And the Anoka defense going to try to stiffen here.
And a good job by the Tornadoes. Ace Oywol, the nose tackle in there. Dropping back over the middle. It is caught at the 45-yard line by Zamir Johnson. Terrific throw by Wes Kranz right over the middle, and a big gainer and a first down for the Orioles to the 43.
That was a beautiful pass and even a better catch right there. Dre Ellis was draped all over him, and he came up with that. So big play for Osseo.
On the play, a gain of 28 to the Tornado 43. First down and 10. Eye behind the quarterback, Kranz. They'll give it to Criswell. He'll dance to his right and go down at the 40-yard line, gain of 3. $9:15 to go. Second down, 7 yards to go for the Orioles. Their opening drive started at their own 16-yard line. They're down by 5. Kranz, the senior quarterback. He's been very efficient. Bobbled it. He's in trouble. And he's going to be brought down. Max Langer all over him. And a big play for that Tornado defense.
Yeah, that wasn't the time to bobble the ball because Max Langer seemed like he was unblocked right there.
Oh.
Big Max is a junior. You know that Max Langer's dad used to play on the Vikings, and he was on the Super Bowl Miami Dolphin team. It's a little trivia for you. Yep.
They're down, 12 yards to go for the Orioles. Kranz bobbled it, and now he's limping a bit as he trots over to the sideline. But we do get a timeout on the field. It'll be 3rd down and 12. And he bobbled that snap, and Langer all over him.
Did I say dad or grandpa?
I think Jim Langer.
Jim Langer, that's grandpa. Yeah, that's grandpa.
I think Jim Langer, if memory serves, from somewhere in South Dakota
right.
originally. And then ended up with the Miami Dolphins. And I think, was he part of the team that went 17-0 and won
sure
it all?
Was.
Yeah.
I think he was the center.
Yep.
And then he came to the Vikings for a year, maybe 2, something like that. But, yeah. So he comes from a good bloodline there.
Yeah, Max Langer, a nice play, 6'3", 230. And he fired in there almost untouched. Langer wearing number 99. And the Tornadoes feeling pretty good about themselves. 3rd down and 12. And once again, they continue to make some plays. Mason Brent beat up playing O-line. He's in the middle of that defensive line for Anoka. 3rd down and 12 for the Orioles. Opening drive of the 3rd. Wes Kranz, the quarterback, takes the snap, looks left, throws left. It is caught. That is Johnson. And Johnson breaks one tackle, but not the second. He is brought down at the 38-yard line. And a nice tackle over there by Cooper Boylan. And that'll set up 4th down and about 4.
Looks like Devin Lucas got in there on that last one. Coming all the way from the other side of the field. Well, here's 4th down. Steve, this will be interesting. They're going to go for it on their own, or on Anoka's 37.
Clock on the move, 7:30 to go. Kranz waits for the snap. Now we're going to get a timeout, and the quarterback, Wes Cran's going to trot over to the sideline. Visit with Darren Lamker and company. Big spot in the game. Of course, the Tornadoes grabbed the lead with the lone touchdown in quarter number 2. And here's the upcoming schedule. Right here at Goodrich, Andover, then on the road at Champlin Park. They'll host Rogers here, and then a tough one to close it out at Centennial, and that's MEA. I think we got some of those dates a little goofy, but that's the schedule I've got. The next 4, the final 4 of the regular season. Andover on the 26th, Champlin Park on October 3rd, Rogers October 10th, and then at Centennial on the 15th. 4th down and 4. And this is tough for that Tornado defense because you got to worry about Criswell potentially, or Kranz putting it up top to maybe Zamir Johnson. We'll see what they do here. Criswell, the tailback. Quick throw, they go to Johnson. It is caught, and a first down. And that was a nice throw and a really tough catch. He put this in a tight window.
Yeah, once again, Ellis, pretty good coverage there, and he did put it in a tight window, and nice job keeping his feet in bound, and a first down for Osseo.
That is a gain of 15 down to the 22. That is kind of that back shoulder throw where the corner, Dre Ellis, is just running with him and didn't even have time to turn around. First down and 10 for the Orioles. Clock stops, 7:24 to go in the quarter. This is Say. He gets a few right up the middle. Say wearing number 4, wrapped up by Anoka. They did a pretty nice job. Cole Borchers in on that tackle, among others. White helmets. Good-looking maroon uniforms.
Tell you what, Anoka's defense has done a lot better since those first 2 series. They made a couple of adjustments, and this is a good-looking drive here, though, by Osseo, but Anoka's making it tough.
2nd down and 6, ball at the 18-yard line. Kranz bobbles it, ball is loose. Say got hit. It's still on the deck. Is it turnover time? No. We have not seen a pick. We have not seen a fumble in the game. Almost one there.
Well, here's another look at it, and he was going to throw a quick little out to his running back and just slipped out of his hands, and luckily Osseo was able to pounce on it, but it leaves them 3rd and 12, probably in 4-down territory, unless they have someone that they feel can kick a 45-yard field goal. And there's not a whole lot of those kids in high school football, although there's becoming more of them.
3rd down and 12 for the Orioles. Inside counter play, and that's Say. We got a few back to the 20-yard line, but that's a pretty good job by the Tornadoes staying home. You look at it right here. And actually, that was Criswell. Criswell got it to the 20. So if you get a few back.
Well, here we go, 4th down.
4th down, 8 yards to go. Ball 20-yard line. Eye behind the quarterback. Kranz looks over to the sideline, gets some play. Still plenty of time on the clock. Straight back. They're going to go far sideline, toward the sideline, incomplete. Really good defense over there, and the Tornadoes are going to get it back. Well, they tried another one of those back shoulder throws, but it falls incomplete. And the intended receiver over there was Stefan Barcenas.
Yeah, Lambecker wanted a call on that one. I think it was a good no call. A tight man-to-man right there. And Anoka gets their stop. Now let's see what they can do on the offense. And Osseo's defense has to step up big here.
And here come the Tornadoes. Sieben, the quarterback. He's going to hand it off. Here's Rush with room, the 30, out to the 33 before he's thrown down. Well, that was a nice run. They just ran right side and turned it up and picked up 13.
Yeah, here's another look. Nice blocking by the offensive line for Anoka.
There's Rush, left side, 45, 50, flags fly, look out. He gets it down to the 41-yard line, but this is most certainly coming back.
Yeah, that's definitely in the hold area there. Let's see what we got. Great run there by Rush.
Yeah, he went right. This time he goes left, but there is a penalty, and this is 99 times out of 100 a hold.
Holding on the offense, number 72.
Yeah,
10-yard
Mason
penalty.
Brent, he
First
held
down.
on a little long and threw him down to the turf. You can take a look right here. He's that left tackle, and he's got a hold of him pretty good. Nice job by our camera crew. And that's a good call, but still first and maybe 11, 12.
Yeah, spotted the foul. Takes it back to the 32. First down and 11. Tornadoes need to get it out to the 43-yard line, up by 5. And this is Boyce. Boyce zigzagging his way over the 40. Close to a first down at the 43-yard line, and they're going to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, talk about the moving company. This Anoka offensive line is really doing a nice job on these first 3 plays, as Anoka's had no problem picking up big yardage.
They get right back to the line of scrimmage. Rush, the running back. He'll take the handoff and get a couple of tough yards before he's stacked up at the 46-yard line. There was middle linebacker Sam Waltquist for the Orioles. But still positive yardage for the Tornadoes on the play out to the 46. Gain of 3. 4:15 to go in the third quarter. Left tackle Mason Brent, left guard Mark Klein, center Dustin Burton, right guard Bennett Jorgensen, right tackle Andrew Kriz. Doing a nice job.
Little love for the O-line.
Rush, the running back. He'll take the handoff again. Get the 50, maybe the 49-yard line of Osseo before he is decked.
Yeah, they're going to keep pounding the ball right now, the way that it's going.
Gain of 4, third down and 3. Tornadoes with the lead and the ball. They're going to play clock. Moving along. Down to 15. Blake Sieben, the quarterback. Going to hand it off. Little bobble. Fighting his way near the 48-yard line. He needed the 47 for sure. And they're going to actually put him down at the 49-yard line. It's going to set up decision time. 4th down, 2 yards to go.
Well, they've been doing really well pounding that ball up the middle until this last play. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sieben rolling out on a run play option here. If he sees some green, he takes off. Otherwise, he looks for that short pass.
Once again, the running back, Brody Rush. Quarterback, Blake Sieben, 5 yards behind his center. And they're going to hand it off. Rush is going to try the right side. Cut it back, dive for the first down. Down to the 45-yard line. Did that ball come out of there? Or?
I think it did. I'm not sure if he was down or not. I think they're going to say that he was down.
Let's see it right here. We'll get a good look on this replay. Rush going right. He has it. Elbow down. Then it came out. Ooh. They're going to give him the first down. That was pretty close.
That was pretty close.
Well, he gets the first down. And the Tornadoes, 93 pass attempts coming in. Here's Sieben looking left. Under pressure. Scrambles out of there. He'll work to his right. Still on his feet. Gets tripped up. And he's going to get not quite a first down, but boy, he is elusive back there. He's one of those guys that you watch Chad, and he's able to dart to his right and still look down the field.
Yeah, you really got to like it when you have that option with your quarterback who has some good quick feet, and Sieben definitely does.
They go right up the middle and very near a first down at the 36-yard line. They're going to move the sticks. And this time it was Moses Boyce.
That youngsters look good. Moses Boyce, he's a sophomore, 6 feet tall, 200 pounds.
And he does run hard and has made the most of his opportunities. Sieben takes the snap, hands it off. Boyce still on his feet, powers his way over the 30 and dives down to the 29-yard line. Well, Anoka coming in, as I mentioned, threw the ball 93 times in 3 games. Now it's just ground and pound, and they get another first down at the 29-yard line.
You know, if they can mix that in, Steve, they're going to be a tough team to stop, and they're really starting to get things going right now on the ground, but they always have that pass attack there.
Now it's Brody Rush out there at the running back spot. And Sieben. Sieben hit Brock Sieben for a big gainer. Bands had a catch. Latkinen has been involved. Player goes in motion. And that's going to be a flag flying as the Tornadoes gave it to Derek Harris. Harris just took the direct snap from center. He went in motion, took the snap. And I think they're pointing at the Tornadoes here. I didn't see it.
Yeah, Harris is the backup quarterback, and I know they have a few gadget plays in for him. Good athlete. And they
Holding
quite
on
get
the offense,
corner,
number 28. 10-yard penalty. Second down. Out of bounds.
Rush got caught. So that penalty's going to set the Tornadoes back. That's happened once already on this drive, and they were able to overcome it.
Here he is on the outside.
That is Harris.
I don't know where they come up with that right there. But they did.
They're going to take it back to the 38-yard line. So it is second down, 12 yards to go at the 38-yard line. Blake Sieben sends a player in motion. It's a quarterback draw, and it didn't fool the Orioles. He was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was wrapped up and dropped almost in his tracks by Jackson LaCroix.
Well, the hole he wanted to go through, Steve, closed up. So then he had to come back across to the left side, and there wasn't much there. But he had his eyes set and almost popped that one, but had to cut it back.
Tornadoes got the ball at their own 20 with 5:20 to go in the quarter. We're now 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Third down and 12. Sieben waiting for the snap. The running back is Rush. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Let's see what the call is here for Bo Osric. Rolling out. Sieben on the run. Has time. Airs it out toward the end zone. And is it going to be picked off and dropped? We're going to get an interference for sure on the Orioles. I think.
Yeah, the Anoka receiver tried to come back. I can't quite. Looks like it's 17 for Anoka. Let's take another look at it here.
Buchanan. He went up for it,
Pass
and
interference on the
he
defense,
just got
number
run
13.
into by the defensive back for the Orioles.
15-yard penalty.
Yeah, he did not turn his back and look for the ball. He just ran right into the receiver. So
Bartones is going to pick up the penalty. That's going to give the Tornadoes a first down, I would think.
Well, let's see what they do here.
Buchanan didn't really have a chance to play the ball there at all. So it is going to be first and 10 Tornadoes at the 23. That is a big break. And Rush, he got decked for no gain on that play. That did not fool the Osseo Orioles at all.
That was
Terrific
Kevin
play.
Kia, number 99. He was right there. So that's the way the quarter ends. The same way it ended at halftime.
So the Tornadoes lead at 19-14 after 3. Nice play by Kevin Key as he snowed them under. But the Tornadoes will have the ball and trying to extend their lead as we go to the 4th here at Goodrich Field on QCTV.
Who's excited for the Anoka County Sheriff's Office open house? We sure are. Join the Sheriff's Office on Tuesday, September 23rd from 4 to 7 for an evening of fun, learning, and community connection. Check out interactive displays showcasing public safety tools. Get an up-close look at squads, boats, and even helicopters. Don't miss the expanded K9 demonstrations and a special tour of the brand new 911 dispatch center right next door. You'll also meet community partners with valuable resources. And of course, enjoy some great food from local food trucks. It's all happening at Anoka County Sheriff's Office Open House, Tuesday, September 23rd.
We're back for the fourth. There's Boyce trying the right side, still on his feet, gets to the 20, and gets run out of bounds there. The Orioles able to string it out. It'll be third down.
Got a nice 1-2 running back combination with Boyce being that two back, and he's doing some really nice running for Anoka tonight.
Gain of 3 on the play, third down and 7. Tornadoes early in the fourth, up by 5. Goes without saying, a touchdown here would be huge. Sieben waits for the snap. Moses Boyce, the running back. Boyce has a 4-yard touchdown run on his resume. Slant behind the intended receiver. Ikonen.
Yeah, he just missed him on that. He was wide open. Didn't throw the greatest ball, and that would have been a first down for Anoka. Now we have 4th and 7.
Now 4th down. And they wait for a play. Blake Sieben. Moses Boyce still in the backfield. Lackinen. 3 touchdowns coming into the game. In the slot, near side, Brock Sieben. They're going to drop back. Looking left, and a blitz and a sack. Rushing in from the outside and putting the quarterback down, Abel Kennedy. And the Orioles are going to get it back. He just came in untouched. No chance for Sieben to do anything.
Yeah, that was a corner blitz right there, and he's made a couple of really good plays on Sieben. He's the one that got the 15-yard loss, got him by the ankles, and he came in untouched. So great defensive call by Osseo.
They're going to get it at their own 28-yard line. 11:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Play action. Rolling out the quarterback, Wes Kranz. Incomplete. Good coverage downfield by the Tornadoes. 2nd down and 10.
Well, Osseo's throwing the ball a little bit more here in the second half. Anoka's stiffening up front a little bit better, getting some good penetration and shutting down that running game a little bit. So Osseo has to try to open things up.
Second down, 10 yards to go. 11:40 to go. It was 14-12. Orioles after 1. Tornadoes led at 19-14 at the half. And after 3 quarters, slant caught. That's Johnson with room, 40-45. Finally sent out of bounds. Just a quick out. And up, and he gets it out to the 45-yard line, gain of 17.
He is quick. Makes that cut to the outside, turns on the burners, and picks up another 7 or 8 yards.
Now the Orioles on the move. Mikey Criswell, their starting tailback. 2 touchdowns in the game. That handoff right up the middle fools absolutely nobody, including Max Langer. And that'll be 2nd down and 10.
Tell you what, the sophomore Cooper Boyland, who I don't even know if he's on my depth chart here. He is playing a whale of a game. 44, sophomore, middle linebacker.
2nd down and 10. Kranz drops it back near sideline, off the fingertips of the intended receiver down at the 41-yard line. Well, they tried to hit Barsanis. But right off his fingertips, third down.
Yeah, they've been going after Drew Ellis out there, and he's been doing a really nice job defending that pass.
Third down and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. Grand's trying to rally his team down by 5. We have a flag. 12 on the field?
Well, let's count.
Third down.
You might be right there, Steve. See if we can hear the official.
Yeah, I thought it was 12.
Well, that's the call that would come from that back judge.
And I think it was 4 was on the field over on the far sideline.
You know,
that was Say.
I think you're exactly right, because I was counting out there, and then I saw 4.
Yeah, and he was standing on the field, and I think that's when the flag, because unless he was supposed to come into the game for Criswell, low snap, running out of there is Kranz. Kranz on his feet, 50, and then spun down in Anoka territory, and it's going to set up 4th and short. Good scrambling run by Wes Kranz, the senior quarterback for the Orioles.
Yeah, he got outside. Anoka's done a lot better job since that first quarter on containing that outside and turning him back in. Not so much on that play.
Gain of 12 on the play. It'll set up 4th down and 2 yards to go. 10:22 to go, 4th quarter. And we're going to get a timeout.
I think that's the last one for Osseo. I know that Krantz had to come off one time because of an injury, and they called a timeout on that too.
We are going to get a timeout, and Darren Lamker is going to visit with his Orioles. Bo Osrick and coaches are going to visit with the Anoka Tornadoes on the near sideline. Here's the Orioles' Final Four. They're going to be on the road at Shakopee. Sabres, a very good team. They are ranked. And then they host the Blaine Bengals at Carl A. Tunyon Field, John Hanson Stadium. They get Andover in there, and then they're on the road at Champlin Park for the finale on that Wednesday night before MEA. So the Orioles, some tough sledding ahead. That's 4 tough games to close out the regular season.
Yeah, there's no easy games in this 6A football at all.
Yeah, here in the Metro North right now, it looks like Centennial, the team to beat. You saw the Cougars take care of the Rebels at Champlin Park. Here we go, 4th and 2. Say off the right side has the first down. Late flag comes in as Say stuck his arm out down at the 43-yard line. He had more than enough for a first down, but we're going to have to wait and see about this penalty. It came in late.
Yeah, and that's usually on the offense, right?
Holding.
A hold
on the offense, number 40. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. 4th down.
So from the spot of the foul, it's going to take it back to the Oriole 43-yard line. Now 4th and long. And it was Langer, I believe, who got held from behind. It sure looked like he got held back. And now it looks like the Orioles are going to punt. The Tornadoes change on the fly.
You got to watch that fake here.
Wes Kranz
there it
can
is.
punt, and there is the fake. And there is running room, and look out, 40, 35, 30 to the 25, and out of bounds goes who's really played the fullback all day, Braylon Eidsvug.
Well, that was a great call right there. Coach Bo was going to call a timeout and decided against it, and I'll tell you what, they took advantage of that right there.
Eidsvog, who's been in the fullback spot all night on the fake, takes it all the way to the Tornado 25-yard line. And that is a huge play in this football game. And now the Orioles get it right back. And they'll hand it off, and the Tornadoes say, Well,
on that fake punt, there was some confusion. Anoka ran the punt team on. Osseo ran their punt team on late. Anoka ran theirs on. A little bit of confusion, and they really took advantage of that. But Anoka comes up here on first down and sticks it.
Yeah, Laws the one on the play is second down and 11. 9:25 to go in the fourth quarter. On the big fake punt, Eidsvåg runs for the first down and more. Low snap dug out of there. Kranz rolls to the right. It is caught at the 15, and taking it down near the 10-yard line is the receiver over there for the Orioles, and that's DeAndre Smith. That's a quick pitch and catch. And now another first down for the Orioles. And it's just outside the 10-yard line, and a player down for Anoka. That is Alex O'Connor. Injury timeout on the field. Here's what we got coming up on QCTV. Volleyball on Monday. Benoit St. Margaret's visits Andover to take on the Huskies. And volleyball again on the 23rd. Robbinsdale Armstrong takes on Anoka. Hayden Reeders, a lot of fun to watch for the Tornadoes, Arizona bound. Boys and girls soccer, the Rebels and the Tornadoes go at it. And then football, the 8-town rivalry, Huskies and Tornadoes.
Yeah, that should be a fun one. And that's as big as a rivalry can get. And I know Anoka would like to go in on a win, but that they have their hands full right now, and this is going to go right down to the end.
They're going to call it a first and goal at the 10-yard line. The rest of the chain gang takes a coffee break. I don't know, I probably wouldn't drink coffee this late at night anyway.
Probably not.
No caffeine after 6 for me, for sure.
It sounds like a good plan, Steve.
9:06 to go. First and goal for the Orioles. Kranz under center, eye behind him. They're going to hand it off. Say works his way inside the 10. Got 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Oh, nice looking drive here for Osseo after that fake punt. You know, that's a little disheartening for Anoka, and they got to get it out of their mind and get back out there and play defense again.
Ball at the 7. Second down and goal. Say the tailback takes it off the left side, hit immediately and driven back. Got it inside the 5. I say maybe the 4 before he is driven back. Nice job over there. Dre Ellis coming out of the pile. He came up in run support. And now it is going to be third and goal. With some hard hitting right at the line of scrimmage for the Tornadoes in there as well. Nick Wellman. Ball right at the 4. 8 and counting to go in the game. Kranz hands it off and going into the end zone off the right side. Mikey Criswell, his third of the game. And the Orioles grab the lead 20-19 with 7:49 to go here in the fourth.
Well, he's tough to stop anywhere on the field, especially down inside the 10-yard line. He is one big, tough back. And put his head down and just, there wasn't much resistance right there by Anoka, and Osseo goes back up 20-19.
And I would assume
that they're going for 2 here.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2 here. And Kranz, 5 yards behind, is going to take the snap. He's going to run it himself and run it in for the 2-point conversion. And the Orioles extend their lead to 22-19. This is the old quarterback draw by Wes Kranz, and he found a seam. So the Orioles, long drive, they go 72 yards. And get the touchdown from Criswell, his third of the night. And now the Tornadoes, they've still got plenty of time and an opportunity to grab the lead right back.
Here's a look at that 2-point play. Krantz didn't have much resistance right there, walked into the end zone. And here we go, Steve. We've got 7:49 left in a 3-point game.
Yeah, and Criswell on that play sent a pretty good block. There's one of our camera operators having fun. Look at that. Look at the moves. I think he missed his calling.
I'm going to agree with you on that one there. It looked pretty good to me.
7:49 to go in the game. One thing Anoka has been able to do tonight, Pete, and that's answer.
Yes. And they've also had some really nice returns here. And they're up at almost the 15-yard line, so they're not expecting a real long kick here. Catching at the 15, you have a good opportunity to get a good return.
Kavansuk kicks it. Short kick grab there. And the Tornadoes are going to get it in a good spot at the 35-yard line. So a good heads-up play by the Anoka Tornadoes. Cole Borchers grabbed it, hung onto it, and went down. Now an opportunity for the Tornadoes to go to work, down by 3. And the quarterback, Blake Sieben and company, are going to get the ball. But as I pointed out earlier in this game, they fell down 7-0. They were able to answer. They fell down 14-6. They were able to answer. And ultimately grabbed the lead. And now trail again by 3. 22-19 our score. Orioles lead it. And the Tornadoes go right up the middle. Here's Brody Rush. Rush still on his feet over the 40. Good hard running out to the 43-yard line. And Rush has been running with authority all night.
He's really had a nice second half, and can't tell you how important these first downs are. Anoka gets 8 on their first down play, so it's really important for them to get positive yards on that first down because they're 4 downs from here on out, Steve.
You know, Tornadoes, of course, a year ago threw it around with the likes of Peyton Padani. We have a Oriole injured down on the field right now. And the Tornadoes trying to figure out what kind of team they are. And they gave up a lot of points, coming in 0-3. Points for is 71, points again 121. They've done a much better job on that front tonight. And they've been more committed to the run as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And they need to be able to run and pass with this team. Last year, they could get away with the just passing. I mean, they had some tremendous receivers and a really good quarterback that could throw the ball. You know, they didn't have to run much, but when they did run, they were pretty good at that, too.
A talented group a year ago. Many of those players have moved on. A new group here. And Blake Sieben trying to rally. 2nd down and 2. 7:13 clock on the move. Padani 5 yards deep. Running back Brody Rush behind him and to his left. Play action. Sieben has time. Steps up. Rolls to his left. Throws it out behind the intended receiver. And a flag comes in late. And this one could be a late hit on the Osseo Orioles. The intended receiver, Wyatt Buxton, a tight end. It was behind Buxton. But I think the Tornadoes are going to get bailed out by a penalty on the Orioles here.
Personal foul, defense, number 4, 15-yard penalty.
That's a big one right there. That is a big one.
Philip Say, who's played both sides of the ball for Darren Lamker and the Orioles, and that's going to take it all the way down to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Huge penalty on an incomplete pass. I'll hand it off. Rush got hit, but surged forward for a few.
Yeah, it usually takes a few to bring Brody Rush down. He is really running hard this second half. And Anoka looking to counter right now with 6:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Tackle by Key. Rush again right up the middle with room. 30. And then he's dumped at the 28-yard line. But he had a good surge right up the gut on this Oriole defense. And the Tornadoes are on the march.
Yeah, Rush right here, 35, 30. Dozen yards picked up on that run.
Rush again. He is hit. Still falls forward near the 26-yard line. Tough 2 yards. And the clock on the move. We close in on 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Tornadoes down by 3 here at Goodrich. The weather is held off for us. Certainly good news. Sieben goes up to the line. Calls a play. Empty backfield. Throws it out to the left. It is caught. It is caught by Ban. And Ban is going to take it down to the 16-yard line. Well, that is just a wide receiver screen, and Ban had plenty of room. And they're actually going to give him the 15-yard line and a first down, a gain of 13.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen Ban here in the second half. They did get him the ball a few times at the end of the second quarter.
Rush in the backfield, takes the handoff, gets it near the 10 before he is wrapped up. Anoka moving quickly. They're going to actually have knee down at the 11. Rush still in the backfield. Sieben hands it off. Rush cuts back on his feet. Tackled forward near the 1-yard line. First and goal, Tornadoes.
I tell you what, Brody Rush, he's decided to take over this game in the second half, and he is running like a man possessed right now. I'd give it right back to him here.
Knee down at the 3. Rush, hold everything. And that may be a false start on the Tornadoes. They had a first and goal at the 3.
Oh, you can't have that right there.
Oof, that hurts.
You cannot have that. You know, that's what's costing both of these teams tonight. You know, if there's no penalties, these teams are marching up and down the field, but too many penalties. And Anoka is in a little tougher position right now, but the way they've been moving the ball, they should be okay.
I have a feeling that'll come up when they look at video.
I'm kind of thinking that too.
Yeah. All right, first and goal. They mark it back to the 7-yard line. And Sieben hands it off. Rush on his feet, churning. Back to the original line of scrimmage inside the 3 near the 2-yard line. And the Tornadoes down by 3. This is quite a drive, starting at their own 35-yard line with 7:50 to go. A little over 3 minutes into this drive, we get a timeout on the field. By the way, Anoka, after this, will still have 2 timeouts. The Orioles out of timeouts. This is obviously a big spot in the game. Now, remember, the Tornadoes' regular kicker did come on and kick an extra point. That's Gus Moran. And
yeah, so he could kick it from here.
Yep.
I mean, it's just like an extra point right here. So if they decide to go for the field goal, he could kick it from here. That's for sure.
Still a long way to go. A second down and goal. Ball at the 2. Sieben comes up under center. He'll hand it off. Rush to the outside, to the end zone. Touchdown, Tornadoes.
Well, the Tornadoes did not panic when they got behind. And Rush just rushed a whole lot down the field there on that touchdown. And Anoka goes back up by 3.
Well, Brody Rush, what a drive. What a night for him. As he hits pay dirt, and now they will line up for the extra point. Moran is out there. The holder is Ban. Moran 1 for 1 on extra point tries. Once again, Caden Ban, the holder. Tornadoes by 3 at the moment, trying to make it 4. Snap, spot, kick on the way. Hammered through, and the Tornadoes extend their lead to 4. But
boy, that one was close.
Flags.
That was close right there. Let's see what we got going on here.
Too many men in the backfield on the offense. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. It's a 5-yard penalty. Retry.
Do it again.
That could be costly right there. It moves him back a little bit. Looks like he still has enough leg, even with that bad ankle.
Yeah, he hammered that one through. Ban's still the holder now. What amounts to be a 25-yard extra point. The Ban kneels down at the 15-yard line. Gus Moran trying to give the Tornadoes a 4-point lead. Snap, spot, kick. Plenty of leg.
He missed it.
And he missed that one wide left. But the Tornadoes still grabbed the lead on a nice 65-yard touchdown drive that took almost 3.5 minutes. And it was a lot of Brody Rush on that drive.
Yeah, we haven't seen whether Osseo has a kid who can kick a longer field goal or not. I guess we might find out here in the last 4 minutes if they can get themselves down the field in scoring position to tie this thing up, or if they have to go to the end zone too. It will be interesting to see with 4:28 remaining. It would all be a moot point, though, if Anoka can shut them down on defense.
Touchdown run for Blake Sieben coming in quarter number 1. Touchdown run for Moses Boyce in the first quarter. And then, of course, Brody Rush had that go-ahead touchdown run for the Tornadoes. Gave them the lead 19-14 at the half. Rush, his second touchdown run of the game. Tornadoes lead at 25-22. Kickoff taken at the 8-yard line. They fake the reverse. And coming upfield with running room is Criswell. Criswell along the sideline. That is a big return for Mikey Criswell. And the Orioles are going to have an outstanding field position at their own 45-yard line. How about that?
Little gadget play right there. Faked that reverse. Caught a few of the Anoka players flat-footed. And can't ask for much more than that if you're Osseo.
Well, that fake punt paid huge dividends for them. That kept that drive alive. And, of course, tapped off by Criswell's 4-yard touchdown run, his third of the game. And now Criswell, a big return. He means a ton to the Orioles. And he'll be in the backfield along with the quarterback, Wes Kranz, the senior wearing number 5. Kranz going to hand it off. Criswell right side. Not much doing. He is stacked up and driven back. Cooper Boylan finished him off after a gain of about 1.
Well, if Boylan wasn't playing much early in the year, he'll be playing from here on out because he's having a whale of a game, the sophomore out there at linebacker.
Clock on the move, under 4 to go in the fourth. Orioles down by 3 in the ball in white. It has been a good night for football. Wes Kranz, low snap, picks it up off the turf, throws it off to the right. It is caught, spinning around, still on his feet, and then going down at the 42-yard line is Stefan Barsinis. Barsinis gets it to the 42-yard line and a first down.
Well, there was 4 Anoka guys converging on him. He went, whoop, I'm going to sit down right here and not take that hit. Watch this.
And not risk a turnover.
Okay.
Not really a bad decision with all those maroon jerseys converging. Clock on the move, 3:22 to go. Ball at the Tornado 42-yard line. No turnovers either side in this game. Kranz hands it off. Criswell stacked up in the middle. Scrum ensues. He's driven back after a gain of 2 at the 40-yard line. Good job again by that Tornado defense, stacking that up in the middle.
Yeah, really important on first down. Try to keep them 1 or 2 yards. That's what Anoka did here, so puts it at 2nd and 8.
Clock continues to move. 2:45 to go. 2 outstanding coaches going head-to-head here. Darren Lamker for the Orioles. Owazrick for the Tornadoes. Kranz takes the snap. Play action rolling out. Trying to get to the outside. Tucks it under his arm. Still on his feet. The Tornadoes were able to turn it inside. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, nice job by Langer there turning that one inside, but he was just a little too quick for Big Max. Cut that one back on the inside. It took a few yards before an Anoka defender came up and made the play. But here we go on 3rd and 5.
From the 38-yard line, no timeouts for the Orioles. 2 to go in the game. Tornadoes still have a complement of timeouts. The board says 3. I think it's 2. Wide receiver to the left. That is Johnson. He's been dangerous. 2 to the right. 3rd down. They'll try to reverse. and throw out of that reverse. Caught by Johnson, 22, 10, 5, touchdown. They do the reverse and throw the touchdown pass to Johnson. How about that?
Well, that was a great call right there by Coach Lamaker. You know, Anoka kind of sniffed out the reverse, but forgot to cover the man. That's where it hurts a little bit not having Ryther in the game. And 20 for Anoka has been doing a really good job, though, Max Sweet. But that one there, he kind of lost his guy. But he's played well.
Out of the reverse, extra point, as you can see, is good. And Osseo grabs the lead back, 29-25. And you'll see it. Johnson with the catch at the 23. He'll go into the end zone. But the throw, Barsonis for the touchdown. Left-handed throw, wide open. And then trying to track him down was Max Sweet. Couldn't do it.
Well, minute 35. Minute 35. This Anoka team could get down the field in a minute 35, that's for sure.
And what's crazy about all of this is you have the fake punt that kept the drive alive, that allowed them to grab the lead at one point in this football game, 22-19. And then you've got that reverse, and it turns out to be a throw out of the reverse. There's a lot of moving parts there.
That was a great play call.
29-25 Orioles, they'll kick it off. Kambong Suk.
I think they were offsides on the kickoff.
Yeah. Well, they've had certainly their share of unforced errors of false starts.
Encroachment on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
The officials are right on it. This will help the Tornado cause ultimately.
Yeah, he hasn't had a real big leg. You know, they've been starting on the 15. They're sitting up at the 25-yard line right now waiting to receive this kick.
Ethan Kambong-Suk will kick it off again, this time back at the 35-yard line. And an opportunity for the Tornadoes. Down by 4, still plenty of time. And timeouts. Orioles 2-1, Tornadoes 0-3. This kick, end over end, over on the far. It's taken at the 25. Tornadoes set up a return to the right side. Trying to get to the edge, turning it up at the 40. Taken down at the 41-yard line is Braylon Buchanan.
We have an Osseo player down. Looks like number 12. Who's had a heck of a
Orioles
game.
injured at the 39-yard line. So the Tornadoes are going to have very good field position and plenty of time with 1:28 to go. And here's the thing. With the timeouts, they don't have to rely on the pass. They can still run the football. But they've run the football with Brody Rush.
Yeah, and the way that Brody Rush has been running, here's another look at the injury right here.
A lot of bodies flying around on that kickoff return.
Might be just cramping up here. It's a tough game and warm out there, and looks like he's going to be okay.
It's Abel Kennedy, and he'll pop up and go to the sideline. So here are the Tornadoes down by 4, 1:28 to go in the game at their own 41-yard line. And let's see if they can put together one more drive and win this football game. Brody Rush in the backfield, Blake Sieben the quarterback. Rush is now going to go in motion. Here's Sieben. That's a quarterback draw right up the middle with room, 50, 45, and death down at the 41-yard line. This might be a 15-yard penalty on the Orioles.
I think so. He went to the head there. It might also be an ejection. He hit him up high.
18-yard gain on the run, and you might be able to tack on another 15.
Personal foul, targeting number 2 on the defense. That's going to be tacked on, 15-yard tacked on to the end of the run, first down.
Gary Holloway with the high hit. So that penalty is going to take it from the 41 down to the 20, or the 40 to the 25. And all of a sudden the Tornadoes, with 1:20 and counting to go in the game, have a 1st and 10 at the Orioles' 25-yard line.
And 3 timeouts left.
So they emptied the backfield, and it was just a quarterback draw for Sieben. And he picked up big yardage. And it was actually a 19-yard gain, and then you add 15 on top of it. The board still shows the Tornadoes with 3 timeouts, down by 4.
1:22, and the clock will start on the snap.
Well, the
Thank
playbook is at their disposal
Penalties
right
under 2
now. They
minutes.
still have plenty of time if they have those 3 timeouts left at the 25.
Rush in the backfield. Sieben 5 yards behind the center. Takes a snap. Here's Rush up the gut for 3. And I would assume you'd use one of your timeouts right there. No, they're not. They're going to line it right up. They got it to the 22. Clock on the move with 1:09 and counting. Sieben gets caught from behind. Good defensive play by the Orioles there. Abel Kennedy. And now I think the Tornadoes have to use a timeout. So 2 quick run plays. And now they're already in 3rd down and 8 mode.
Yeah, and you would have thought that Anoka could have got a few more yards on these 2 runs where Osseo would be expecting the pass, but Osseo shut it down right now, and Anoka needs, what do they need here? 8
timeout on the field,
2.
Anoka. That's their first charge timeout.
First charge timeout to
timeout
the Tornadoes. I
of
thought
the
they had
second half.
taken one earlier this half, but the board said 3, and now they are down to 2 on the scoreboard, and that is correct. And after Anoka picked up 3 yards on first down, I thought they might use a timeout, but they came up to the line of scrimmage quickly. But Kennedy made a huge play for the Orioles. He shot through there.
Kennedy's been playing well all night long, so somebody better block him.
They're down in 7 yards to go for Anoka. Down by 4, 59 to go in the game. More importantly, 3rd down at the moment. And Sieben waiting for the snap. Takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right. Throw toward the end zone. Jump ball. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Lackinen. No flag. And we got a player down for the Orioles. Lackinen coming in. 3 touchdown catches. And now 4th down. Lackinen went up and couldn't come up with it. Went right through his hands.
Yeah, that was close right there. That was close, but I think it was a good call.
And now all of a sudden 4th down with 55. And we still have an Oriole player down, and the trainer's going to come out in the end zone. And it would be one of the guys who is covering Lackinen on the play. So on 3rd down, they go for the touchdown. And Lackinen couldn't haul it in.
Well, this is ball game right here with 55 seconds. 55 seconds left.
Defensive player.
This is ball game.
Injury.
For Anoka. They need a first down.
42nd.
Only 2 timeout left.
Tornadoes trying to win their first. 0-3 at the moment. Orioles 2-1. Tornadoes led it at the half.
Here we go.
And here we go. Blake Sieben, running back, Brody Rush. They need 8 at minimum. Straight back. Blitz is on. Throw caught at the 10-yard line. And that'll be a first down. And they went right back to Brody Lackinen. And he was there and hauled it in. They're going to stop the clock, set the chains. And it looks like the ball's going to be at the 10. It'll be a 1st and goal for there. Sieben hands it off. Rush on his feet for a couple. He's stacked up. Clock on the move with 41 and counting. That was a 12-yard gain on 4th and 8. Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. Clock on the move. Quarterback, Sieben, rolling to his left, throwing, stops, into the end zone, caught, dropped! In and out of the hands.
Oh, that was close. I'm going to want to see this one again here. Here's another look at it. Nice job by our camera crew. And yeah, that hit him right in the hands. He had to dive a little bit. I mean, it wasn't an easy catch.
Third down and goal from the 8-yard line.
Well, they can run if they want. They still have the 2 timeouts.
Yeah, 2 timeouts, 19.2. Once again, third and goal. Sieben takes a snap. Straight back, blitzes on. Lobs it out of there. Player falls down. No penalty flag. As the player fell down, that was Brody Rush. They were trying to set up a screen. And they're saying, well, he got tripped. But it just, I think, feet inadvertently got tangled. Blitz on. He gets it out of there. And they were trying to get it to Rush, but he had fallen down. Another timeout for the Tornadoes. 15.3. And now we go back to this
timeout on the field. Anoka.
I tell you what, if he wouldn't have fallen down there, he was in.
Yeah.
He was in the end zone. There was nobody there. He would have been able to make that catch and walked in, but here we go.
But could have been, and it was very likely a good no call on that play.
Right.
That it just feet got tangled up and it wasn't interference. Tornadoes wanted it. Didn't get it.
Well, here we are, 4th down. Who are they going to go to, Steve? What do you think? It's a tough call.
Well, they went to Lackinen on 3rd down. They went back to him on 4th down. Number of options. Brody Rush. Couple of touchdowns in the game on the ground. One that gave the Tornadoes the lead, 25-22. Orioles answer back. Here we go. 15.3 to go in the game, but it is 4th down and goal from the 8-yard line. The quarterback, Sieben. The running back, Rush, to his right. This is the ball game. Sieben rolling to his right. Tucks it under his arm. Stops. Throws. Jump ball. Knocked away. But a flag comes in.
Oh, boy. Lamaker, he's out in the 20-yard line.
They tried to get it to Rush, but double, maybe triple coverage back there. And Orioles down injured. 9.4 seconds left.
Well, if you can see Lamaker over there, he's saying that the ball was tipped. And if that's the case, then they have a legitimate gripe here.
Now they can't go to our replay. It's not like they can go to a replay or go to New York or Toronto like they do in the NHL. The officials need to sort it out. But this is clearly a huge spot in this ball game. If it is ruled an incomplete pass and there is no penalty.
Yeah, I don't see any tip, if that's what they're looking for right there.
And clearly, the intended receiver, Rush, got held.
Yes.
There was a penalty on the play. And now they're going to...
Illegal participation on the offense, pass interference on the defense. Those penalties offset. Replay 4th down. Replay 4th down.
The good old do-over. They're going to do it again.
Oh, my.
Well, and there was clearly interference on the play. I mean, Rush was interfered with.
Oh, my.
So with 9.4 to go, here in the 4th quarter, and the Tornadoes down by 4, we're back to our 3rd ball game moment. Blake Sieben, the quarterback, empty backfield, trips to the left, 2 to the right. Tornadoes still have a timeout, and they're going to use it.
I like it. See how they set up.
Yeah.
Timeout Anoka. That's in final timeout Anoka.
A little chess match going on right now.
And what a ball game tonight. Yeah. So Sieben rolling to his right, buying time, had no
Okay,
room
there
to
it was.
run.
The receiver went out of bounds. That was the call on Anoka. Rush stepped out of bounds and then came back in.
And then got interfered with.
So I don't know. I'd have to look at my rule book on that one.
Yeah, if he is ineligible,
Right,
can he be interfered
right.
with? And that'll be worth considering going forward. But once again, they don't have the benefit of replay.
Right.
And they don't have, the officials on the field have to sort it out. Here we go again. 4th and goal, 8-yard line. This is it. Tornadoes down by 4. Sieben now has Rush in the backfield. He'll drop back. Pressure on. Scrambling out of there. Steps forward. Still alive. Keeps it alive. Throws it back across his body. Incomplete. And that will do it. He did an unbelievable job to keep it alive, but had no open receivers. And the Orioles are going to hang on for victory here on the road at Goodrich Field.
Well, I'll tell you what, you couldn't ask for a better game from two teams who played their hearts out, and it came down to the last play of the game, and Osseo's going to walk out of here with a win.
And they are going to move to 3-1 on the year, but what a wild finish here at Goodrich Field tonight.
Two really evenly matched teams, Steve, obviously.
Wes Kranz will just take the snap. No timeouts on the board. This is it. And he does take the snap, and that is it. And the Osseo Orioles escape with a 29-25 victory here tonight at Goodrich Field. And the Tornadoes dropped to 0-4 in a heartbreaker. But, they battled. I think this is a football team that showed they can run the football, make some stops defensively. They played hard for all 48 minutes.
Yeah, both of these teams, you got to hand it to them. They both played very hard. We saw some good things on both sides of the ball by both teams. And Anoka, well, they get their rival next week. And Osseo, they're 3-1.
And the Orioles, they have a tough finish to the year. They'll be on the road at Shakopee, then home to Blaine and Andover before finishing on the road at Champlin Park. Quick recap for the Tornadoes. They get Andover here at Goodrich Field next Friday night. Then they'll be on the road at Champlin Park. They will be home to Rogers here at Goodrich and close on the road on that Wednesday night before MEA at Centennial. And that'll be a tough one for the Tornadoes. Big thanks to our crew. And almost right on cue, it started raining here at Goodrich Field. And once again, the Osseo Orioles pull off a hard-fought 29-25 victory over the Anoka Tornadoes. Big thanks to my play-by-play partner, Pete Hayes. Always fun, Pete. Big thanks to our crew. I'm Steve Thompson. Have a good night.